Sorry about that. We got an ad. Did you hear that? We got an ad. Sorry about that. Radio in the volcano. Don't worry about it, guys. Don't worry about it, guys. I need one that's just the Morrowind music. Hold on. Hold on, your DJ's queuing it up for you. Do we like it with the music, or do we want to be really creepy today? I think this is good. I think just the background of the lava and the heart beating is enough music for us. Don't you think so, hotties? Ruff and Tuff. Hi, everybody. My name is Vylett Moonheart, and I'm your wolf knight of the eternal dusk, here to protect you no matter what. And today we are yapping inside of the wheel that is a tower that is a wheel. Red Mountain. The death place of Nerevar. Welcome in, everybody. Hi. How are we today? Don't worry about the scary guy on the ridge. I'm sure it's fine. No, that's not. I don't know what you're talking about. Dagoth Who is that? Who is that? Welcome in. Hi. Dagoth left the Dwemer radio on. Yeah, he did. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Hello. Sorry about the delay. Castle Cat has been having a little bit of a morning. And so I wanted to make sure she was okay. She's been walking around with her ears down. She had a little digestive oopsie today, and then she was walking around with her ears down. So I was worried that she was like sick or something. But just before I went live, I was watching her all morning, and then just before I went live, she started eating dry food again. Anyway, sorry about the immersion break. But I was like, oh, thank goodness. So as long as pets eat, usually it means they're okay. So she ate dry food, and that tells me that she's fine. I was just a little worried there. So sorry about the delay. I just wanted to make sure she was okay. Anyway, what cat? What am I talking about? I have a Khajiit in my castle. I need to get into the role play. I just wanted to let you know that's why I was a little bit late. I apologize, everyone. Razzie, thank you for the 10 supa. At work here, people were talking about the news. The world may be on fire, but we're all at the Darkmoon Castle now. Yeah, thank you so much, Krasy. I appreciate it. Thank you for the 10. Arigatou gozaimasu. Welcome in, everybody. Hi. Can you hear the dulcet tones of the heart of Loic beating? I mean, what heart? Hi, everyone. Welcome in. Let's say hi to each other before we get started today, shall we? Hi, Frederick. Welcome in. Hi, Johnny. Hi, Kano. Hi, Imagine. Hello. Hi, Mango. Hi, Melkosh. Hi, Bastitute. Hi, Resnick. Hi, Sylvester. Hi, Soul Striker. Hi, Mango. Hi, guys. Welcome in. Thank you for the Dragon Break. Thank you for the pats. Hi, Kay. Hello, Seth. Hi. Hi, Kishi. Welcome in. Hi, Bob. How are you? Hi, Danger. Wow, the purple sight's popping today. Thank you, guys. What's up? How you guys doing? Hello, greetings, adventurer. You're finally awake. Wrong game. Wrong game. Whoops. Hi, Jackie. Over on the red side. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Maslow. Hi, Mauricio. Hi, Meffy. Hello, Ta. Hi, Phidias. Hi, Vale. Hi, Stursky. Hi. Hi, Chunky. Yeah, she's feeling better. Don't worry about it. Thank you for your concern. Hi, Kieran. Hi, Fard. Hi, Dad. Who's that in the back? What are you talking about? Hi, Saw. Hi. Hi, Lemuro. Hi. Hi, guys. Hi, David. Hello, Robotic. Hi. I hope you've been well. It's good to see you again. Hi, Blue. It's not fine. You know what? Listen, it's okay if Dagoth, listen, if he is behind me, or if I look at him, he's probably going to disappear. You know what I mean? Like, if I turn to look at him, it's probably like a Schrodinger's Dagoth situation, I assume. Like, if I turn to look, there's nothing there, hotties. There's nothing there. What are you talking about? Hi, Hiko, welcome in. Hi, Vegas, welcome. Hi. Hello, guys, I'm just warming up. I'm warming up. I haven't spoken to anybody all day. Give me a break. Hi. You haven't even gotten on my case yet. I'm already telling you to give me a break. Oh, you guys like the music? I like both. I kind of like the scary ambiance of this one. I think the adventurous music of Morrowind. Again, I have my gripes with Morrowind. There's no true, like, creepy soundtrack in Morrowind. It's all just, like, adventurous, you know, fantasy adventure. So I don't think there's a creepy enough Morrowind soundtrack that kind of fits this vibe. There's plenty of Oblivion soundtracks that fit this vibe, but that's not the right game. So I don't want to, you know, mix the game pools, so to speak. Hi, everybody. Hi, welcome in. Hi, Ryu. Hello, Laser. Hi, Terulian. How are you? Hi, Sid. Welcome. Don. Who didn't I say hi to? Hi, Crab. What's poppin'? Hi, Don. Hi. Muted. Yes. If I'm muted, it's usually on purpose, guys. Don't worry. Hi, Capic. Unless it's like at the beginning, unless I'm switching back and forth a lot, I typically know that I'm muted. Especially if I start stream muted, it's on purpose. So yeah, thank you though. I appreciate it. You guys are always looking out for me. What the heck? What the heck? You guys are like a little Navi on my shoulder. What's Navi? We're in Morrowind. I don't know what Navi is. Hi, Kirtop. Welcome in. Hi. I've actually never played a game with Navi in it. Like a Legend of Zelda game. I've never played a Legend of Zelda game with Navi in it. So I don't know who Navi is really. I just know that she shows up in a lot of like modern art, like hip hop tracks, like a lot of dance remixes. They'll use the "Hey, listen" sound clip a lot. And that's how I learned who Navi was. Hi, welcome in. Hi, Mauricio. Hi, Vale. Hello. Happy Saturday, everyone. How are you? Come, Nerevar, friend or foe. Hi, Steven. Hi, Max. Hi. Hi, Nana. Welcome in. Hi, VK. Hi. Hi, Brandon. Welcome in. Hello. Who did I miss? I know I missed somebody. Somebody's stinking up the place. Hi, Spike. Hi, Triage. How are you? Hi, Vogan. Hi, Janko. Happy Saturday. Happy weekend, every hotties. Happy first weekend of 2026. How's it feeling? Toasty? Are you roasting your little toesies? I imagine the hotties just got their boots hanging over the lava pits in the back, just like roasting their feet. Nice warm feeties. Who else is here? Show yourself. Show yourself right now. Hi, Ziv. Welcome in. There you are. Hi, Papa. Hello. Hi. Papa Nurgle. I don't think you'd last long. I don't think Grandfather Nurgle would last very long in this volcano. It turns out that lava is really good at killing germs and plagues. It kind of chars everything to ash. It doesn't really let you do your business. You know what I'm saying? Hi, Shadowman. Hello. Hi. Hi, guys. Hey. You don't know what you're in for? Don't worry about it. It's just normal, everyday yapping. Haha, nothing to see here. Hi, my dear. Welcome in. Hi, Oathbreaker. Hi. The drum beat in Morrowind is supposed to be the beating heart of Lorcan. Yeah, that's why I put the beating heart. I always thought the drums in Morrowind were very much reminiscent of a heartbeat. It's a very, like, I don't know. It's like a very earthy... There's like an earth feel to it, you know? Like a deep earth drum. Deep heart drum feel. Anyway, guys, hi. Ruff and Tuff. My name is Vylett Moonheart. Welcome to the volcano. Red Mountain in Morrowind, which is one of the most, I would say... one of the most important places in all of Tamriel. I brought you here today because I'm going to because we're going to talk a little bit about how cool Red Mountain is. We're going to yap about we're going to have some lore yapping today. And yeah, I thought, I don't know, I wanted a little ZATSU to catch up with you guys and also to yap about the Elder Scrolls lore. Surprise, surprise. Infected lava. Hi, Doodle, welcome in. Hi, Mr. Shrike. Hi, Lay. Welcome. Hi. This volcano is literally spewing plague across Varnafell. It's not the volcano itself that's spewing plague, silly. It's the ash. The ash gets infected. The ash storms get infected. It's not the volcano, silly Billy. It's the ash storms. The lava's fine. You can drink the lava all you want. It's the ash that'll get you. Dagother, thank you for the 3. Please don't turn around. I have to turn the lights off and on when you do that, and I don't want to jack up my power bill. You got it, Dagoth. I'll be sure not to turn around for the entire stream. Memorial, what the heck are you doing? Thank you so much. Thank you for the tip. Come, Violet, friend or traitor. Okay, let me get my Dagother voice. Come, Violet, friend or traitor, come. Come and look upon the heart and a kula hottie, and bring hellebore. I have need of it. No, this is my axe. Get your own. Thank you so much, Lord. Arigato. You don't have to do that. Thank you, thank you. Ryu, thank you for the 2 super. Congrats on being invited to sing with your ex-wife. Oh yeah, did you guys see that? I'm going to talk very casually and chill about things that are going on in my VTuber life while while this volcano erupts in the background. Is that okay with you guys? I have no sense of danger. I'm a very brave wolf knight. I can stand in front of an erupting volcano and feel nothing. I'm very brave like that. Anyway, it's not the regular cafe you usually see a VTuber talking in front of. It's not the usual, like nice bedroom, but hey, it's warm. It's got its own power source. It's got a nice sort of ambiance. Very quiet here because everything's dead or infected. So that's good. But yeah, it's like a quiet neighborhood, pretty warm, no utilities. Utilities are low. Anyway, yeah. Did you guys see the announcement yesterday? Did you see it? Did you see it, Hotties, on your Morrowind phones? My friend of the channel, Channel Dia Fortuna, is going to be throwing her very first concert ever. This is her first concert at IckyCon, which is a convention that is coming up shortly here. And she's invited a bunch of us to sing, and I'm really excited that I get to do mine. I'm really excited I get to sing. I'm not going to tell you what song it is, okay? It's a surprise. But I am really excited to sing for you guys. It's old school anime, basically. That's the vibe, old school anime. Ryu, Milk Tea, thank you. What the heck? Welcome in, Milk Tea. Why did I call you Ryu? Silly me. Thank you so much for the watch streak. What the heck? 65 is crazy. 65 is crazy. Thank you so much. Good morrow, bye. Hi, welcome in, guys. Yeah, I'm part of the lineup. I'm very honored to be included in Daya's lineup. Lazuli, there's a couple other girls I know there. There's going to be Lazuli, Channel Lazuli. It's going to be Rocky Kazuki. And then I don't think I'm familiar with the others, but I think I'm in good company with Lazuli and Rocky. I'm really excited. And Daya's been really patient with me. I've been a little bit late on turning my lines in because of life stuff. So I was like, hey, I'm going to record for you today. And then I didn't. So I got to record after we're done yapping at this volcano. I got to go record some old school anime lines. But yeah, it's going to be really fun. I'm really excited. There's also meet and greets, I believe, at IckyCon. You guys will be able to meet and greet with me. If you're interested or if you're going to IckyCon, I'll be doing meet and greets. And I understand it's a bit of a short notice. But if you're in the area, feel free to stop by and we can yap about stuff. So yeah, I don't think I've seen the security guard blink the whole time. Security guard? What security guard? Which one? What? There aren't. This is just me. What do you mean? I blinked. I blunked? I almost said blunked. Like the past tense of blink is blunk? How does that make sense? I'm blunking, guys. Look. Hi, Ash. Welcome in. Here to lurk. Can I lurk at the con? Of course. Happy Saturday. It's good to see you. Hi, Goomba. You got your keychain. Let's go. Hi, Rasco. Welcome in. Hi, Wiki. Hi, everybody. You guys got your merch. Yeah, you've been showing it to me on Twitter and Discord. Thank you so much for your support. I really appreciate that. I hope you enjoy it. I'm hoping this year I'll be able to get some Vylett Moonheart merch out so it's a bit more congruent with my current form. But I'm so happy. The Docky looks so nice and the keychains look so good. This is my first time ever releasing merch. Or that time was my first time ever releasing merch. So thank you for the warm reception. That was really incredible. Seeing you guys like clutch a little acrylic Bossy Moon in your palms is like kind of cute. I don't know how to put it, but like seeing you guys like hold me in real life, it's a little bit different than, you know, it gives me a different feeling, a different vibe, if that makes sense. I'm like, oh wow, the hotties really do care. Sometimes I question it. I'm like, okay, so they're not only are they rage baiting and backseating, but they're also gaslighting. Sometimes I question myself when I'm streaming. But when I see you guys holding a little acrylic keychain, I'm like, oh wow, they actually do like me. It's not all just goofs and gags, you know. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Hi Ruka, welcome in. Hi Genshiro, how are you? Hello. Vylett turns IckyCon into IckyCon. Is it not IckyCon? Dia's been saying it IckyCon. I've just been saying it's IckyCon. I know that. I know the Japanese pronunciation, but Icky. I think most VTubers just call it IckyCon, right? I was terrified because I was away for another 2 weeks when it was delivered, but I got it. Let's go, Goomba. I'm so happy. Yeah. My little bossy keychain watches over me at work. Oh, that's really okay. Stop being so cute, Hotties. Stop it. I'm gonna see that volcano right there. How dare you? How dare you be so cute when there's a giant gaping open lava pit right behind me that I can throw you in? Stop. Stop it. Anyway, I'm really excited to do another convention. This will be my 3rd convention appearance, I believe, in my career. 4th? Yeah, for counting Scarlet appearances, I think it's actually my 4th appearance, which is really neat. So that's wild. I'm really just blessed to be able to like chill with you guys in real life. It's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Meet and greets are really different than any other type of interaction. I think It's like I get to see you guys, you know, and we get to talk, and it's like more of a one-on-one experience. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get a meet and greet this year at a con that's a little more centrally located as well. So that if you guys are traveling for cons, or if you guys ever wanted to travel and talk to me, then we totally can. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm really excited for IkiCon. Mine's sitting on my computer because I lack a place to put it. That's fine, Phidias. I put a lot of stuff on my computer that I shouldn't. I put like extra controllers on top, and I know there's like a fan. There's like a vent fan on top. But I shouldn't be putting any. You shouldn't theoretically be putting anything on top of your computer, especially if it's air cooled. But I do have like controllers and little bits and bobs on top of it. My busty keychain is chilling next to Scarlet Flameheart and Zelly's Vimo. Oh, that's really sweet, Bob. Thank you so much for your support. Stop it. Stop being so cute. What the heck? Throwing you in the lava. Hi, Donuts. Welcome in. Hi. Hello. Hi, everyone. Anyway, today we can yap about whatever we like. It's been a while since we've had a good old yapping stream. I've got a big bottle of water. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but I did bring some chocolates to this volcano. So I needed a little treat after this morning. So I got myself a little chocolate. It's melted pretty much, so it's more like soup because of all the heat. I'm really good with heat. I'm really good at resisting the heat. I don't know how you guys are faring, but I'm doing great. A little chocolate. Yeah, it's very melted. I don't even need to chew it. Because of all the lava. I say as you see me chewing, stop looking. Stop looking. Yes, partake in the local ash yams, Hotties. Did you find any? I kind of want to make a dish. But how would an ash yam taste different from a regular yam? That's my question. Hi, Fruits, welcome in. Hi, Jeff, hello. Uninterrupted eye contact while I chew. Stop. Don't look at me. Stop. What's my favorite chocolate brand? I don't think I have a favorite chocolate brand. Usually I just grab whatever chips are like of good quality. My niece Baby Moon has gotten me into Tony's chocolate. I think they're called Tony's. She's encouraged me to buy like a Tony's chocolate because apparently they're like very invested in fair use. A lot of chocolate is produced non-ethically, and it doesn't really give. By that I mean it doesn't give like adequate payment to its workers. So she's like, yeah, you should buy Tony's chocolate because apparently they give a lot more. They're very concerned with like chocolate fair use, fair trade, right? So yeah, I do. Yeah, Tony's Choco Lonely. Yeah, it's pretty good actually. Pretty tasty. I would recommend that. Yeah. Stop looking at me. What are you doing? No, it's not expensive, surprisingly. It's just like the same as any other price of chocolate, which is interesting. Yeah, and they give you really big bars too. That's what I really like about them, is they give you really big bars. They had a pear taste? A pear tasting chocolate? No way. I get chocolates from Belgium. Wow, that's fancy, Lay. Whoa, I don't think I've ever had Belgian chocolate before. Hi, Stursky, welcome in. Hi guys. Hello. But yeah, so I've been okay. Here's something I need to tell you. So you know how I quit caffeine for my singing voice and my streaming voice? If you guys don't know, hi, my name is Vylett Moonheart. I'm caffeine sensitive, but I used to drink like a cup of green tea every morning. It was either green tea or black tea, and I used to drink 1 cup of tea every morning, and that was the only caffeine I ever had. But as I started streaming more and singing more and getting into music and stuff, my voice just not able to catch up, right? So I was trying to eliminate a lot of things from my diet and change a lot of things to see if it was something that I could control, right? Rather than, because usually when you stream and sing a lot, it's like, all right, well, you're gonna take a rest day off, right? But I noticed that my voice was especially, what am I, from the Midwest? Especially? I noticed my voice was especially bad when I would drink caffeine, when I would drink when I would drink my tea in the morning, my caffeinated tea. And so I stopped drinking caffeine, and it turns out it's way better. My voice is way better now. I can talk for a lot longer. I think it also helps that we stop playing Rogue Trader. Because Rogue Trader, I would be sitting here for four hours a day just constantly reading. So it helps that I've stopped playing a game that requires me to constantly read. So that's really nice. And so the caffeine and like cutting back on really like dialogue reading heavy games, my voice has gotten a lot better. So I've been staying away from the caffeine, which is sad because tea is like one of my favorite things in the world. So I've been on the hunt for like really good non-caffeinated teas, so like herbal teas and stuff like that. And I found a really nice lavender one that I really like. So all that to say, sorry I'm yapping your ear off, but all that to say, I found a really nice lavender tea. I've been getting into peppermints, you know. Hi, Games. Welcome in. Caffeine's pretty bad. Yeah, I mean, everything's bad for you if you drink too much of it, obviously, right? Like, everything has to be in moderation. But I think, I think my body's just finally quit caffeine, right? I'm adjusting to the streaming lifestyle, which is more talking. And so I've never really had to talk before this much in my life. You know, I have a job that doesn't really require me to talk much. So I've been adjusting for the past couple years. And, you know, sometimes your body's like, all right, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Throws in the white flag. So I think my body did that with caffeine, but garlic tea, shut the hell up. Shut up, garlic tea. Hi, Brandon, welcome in. Hi. I think it might be the tannins. Oh, do you think so? I do, yeah. So the white tea does the same thing, unfortunately. I do know about white tea. White tea is my favorite. And I tried to stream for you guys while drinking white tea in the morning, and it turns out it's the exact same thing. If there's any sort of caffeine in the drink, unfortunately, my voice gets kind of crazy. So I have cut caffeine entirely out of my diet, which is, you know, I don't know. I made a really big change in my life. And I did it because I love streaming and I love talking with you guys so much and I love music. So yeah, I'm proud of that, but I'm a little bit sad, but I'm also proud of, and I'm getting used to it, right? The more I get used to it, the less sad I am about it. But yeah, it's really interesting. Garlic tea is when you're sick. Really? I didn't know that, Mubi. What the heck? Hi, Legend. Welcome in. Hi. Hi, Carmel. Hi. The background heartbeat got me thinking I drank too much caffeine. That's real. Thank you for your sacrifice. Yo, welcome. I don't mean to guilt trip. This is not to guilt trip you guys. This is a choice I made for myself, obviously, because I love streaming so much and I love talking with you. But yeah, and I love music, right? I don't wanna sacrifice any of that. I love that more than I love my tea. You know, my tea. Even though I really love tea, I love tea so much. I think if I was to take a couple days off, I think I might have 1 cup of tea as a small treat. But I don't usually take many days off, so yeah, Vi loves this more than tea. That's true. I mean, what? It's not true at all. What are you talking about? You have no proof. The blue glow on the tail's kind of cool. Thank you. I appreciate that. My tail's getting hotter the closer I stand to the lava. 3-in-1 powder? What's a 3-in-1 powder? Wait, Hotties, is it true? Can I ask you a kind of intimate question? So is it true that, okay, so if I was to look in your shower right now, right? If I was like to pull back the curtain, assuming you have a shower curtain, I don't know your life, maybe you don't have one. I plan to welcome in. If I was to pull back the shower curtain and I was to look where your shampoos and your conditioners and all that stuff in the corner of the tub is, or if you just have like a shower like on the shelf, would I see like a 5-in-1 shampoo, body wash, conditioner? Would I see a 17-in-1, or would I see separate bottles for separate things? I'm so curious. No, really? Oh, more no's than yeses. I would see toothpaste. What are you doing in the shower? Hi, Hollywood actor Ryan Gosling. 2-in-1 at most. Okay, well. Okay, I think I can let a 2-in-1 slide. Hi, Haywa. Yes, you do need more than 1 bottle. What's a shampoo? Hi, Gillette Hill. It's when you poo, but it's a sham. Like it's a fake poo. It's a shampoo. It's not a real poo. You know what I'm saying? I have 1 fruity shower gel. Oh, do you wash your hair with that, Johnny? Do you use the shower gel as hair shampoo? Listen, this is a no judgment zone. I'm gonna judge you. This is a no judgment zone. I just need to know. Hi, Maka. We're hotties. It'd just be activated charcoal. I see. So you're taking the activated charcoal route. Good one, boss. Thank you. Fascinating. Thank you, Trillian. Let me pin that. Let me pin that so that people know how to feel when they come into this chat. There we go. Fascinating. That's what I want you guys to feel. Fascination. With that little emote and everything. Yeah, it all makes sense now, yeah. Also, what's a shower curtain? Hotties? Okay, now listen, I'm not the best person to talk about this. I probably shouldn't be throwing stones at glass houses. But me personally, is this bad? Okay, I don't see the point of having 2 shower curtains. I don't see the point of having 2. The nasty, gross plastic one that doesn't do anything. That's gross and nasty and plastic. And I just use the regular shower curtain and then I pull it in so that the water doesn't go out, and then I squeeze it dry and then I let it dry. Like the bottom of it. I don't get it. It's so gross. Okay, am I the only one? Okay, you guys are saying same. Okay, good. Hi, sir. Welcome in. Hi. People have 2. Yeah, so you're supposed to have 2 shower curtains, one on the inside and one on the outside, and it's like this gross plastic thing, and I don't understand what the point of that is. Can someone explain that to me? Shower curtain is where you keep the pizza. We're not talking about the bath pizza again, I swear to God. One is to block the water, one is to keep the water, and the other's to make it look good. But like, wouldn't you only use the outside one? You have the liner that goes inside and the curtain on the outside for decoration privacy. What? I'm so confused. Hi, Fen. When it clings to you, when what? Oh, the curtain? Why would it cling to you? I got the slider door. How big is your shower? Like, is it like a box? Got the slider door is not bad biggest. Yeah, I get the cloth one wet. So here's what I do. I've got a cloth shower curtain, right? It's like cute. It's like got flowers on it. It's very, I know, it's like surprisingly cute for your evil wolf boss. Okay, I didn't buy it of my own volition, okay? My mom bought it for me. Don't get on my case. Anyway, it's like flowers on it, and when I'm showering, I will pull it in, and then I will obviously line the whole tub with it, and the water doesn't get out because the shower curtain is stopping it, right? And then when I'm done with my shower, I will squeeze it. I'll squeeze the bottom of it so that it gets dry. Most of the water comes out, and then I pull it out so that it can dry, and then I spread it. You have to spread it so it can dry effectively. So you basically like close the curtain to let it dry. Does that make sense? And it's fine. Like, it dries perfectly fine. Am I doing it wrong? Am I doing... Hey. Am I a heathen for this? The one outside is for looks. It's not waterproof. Well, yeah, but if you let it dry properly, it should be fine. If you squeeze it and let it dry. You can just save yourself the effort by buying a liner. Yeah, but a liner's gross. Liners get gross and nasty. And it crinkles bad. It looks bad. It sounds bad. It feels bad to touch. Do I wash the outside? Yeah, I wash the outside one every once in a while. Yeah, you just have to make sure it dries properly. Sounds like some Victorian chore. Well, only the bottom gets wet. It's not the entire curtain. It's just the foot of the curtain that gets wet. Liners are like disposable. Yeah, and that's why they're gross. That's how mildew grows. Not if you dry it properly, guys. Not if you squeeze it out and dry it. A glass shower door is a true superior option. Minimum cleaning needed and no water gets out. Yeah, but isn't it like cold? Doesn't it seem a little bit cold? Doesn't it feel like you're ensconcing yourself in a glass box of emotion every time you go in the shower? I have had the glass doors, but they've been mostly cheap. They're mostly, I mean, not even glass. It's mostly cheap plastic doors, to be honest. I've had those before. Hi, Celador. Welcome in. Hi. Is that the heart of Lorcan? What are you talking about? I don't see any heart. Welcome in. You must be seeing things. It's not moldy. It's not moldy, you doofuses. Open your ears. It's not moldy. Local Wolf Knight rings out shower curtain because liners are gross. Yeah, and it works, Paddington. Also, hi, welcome in. Hi, James, hi. Waterfall bathing. I've actually, you know what I do want to do, hotties? If I ever do go to Japan, if I ever manage to take a trip to Japan, I really do want to visit temples. I want to visit the Buddhist temples and the Shinto temples. And if they do have like a waterfall meditation, I would love to do that. Not like the movie ones where it's like I'm gonna sit under the waterfall and let it beat my back until I become strong. But like if just like sitting by the waterfall and meditating in the forest, I feel like would be really nice, you know? Does it smell like wet dog after you shower? No, I use soap. What the I dry myself off properly, hotties. I shake out properly. Okay? That's what a person with mold would say. I know what mold looks like, doofuses. There's no mold in my wolf bathroom. Yeah, waterfall meditation. I think that would be awesome. The training montage of waterfall. Yeah, the eye of the tiger while I'm under the waterfall. That's only when she gets caught in the rain. I use umbrellas. I got a really cute umbrella. It's a really cute one. But yeah, it's like red and it's got little polka dots on it. I really like it. I got one recently because winter. I was like, I don't have an umbrella for winter. But so far it's just been snowing. It hasn't been raining yet. Make sure you have a drain strainer for the fur. A what? What's a drain strainer? Oh, yeah, like the thing in the bottom of the shower? Yeah, don't worry about that. I got a little cage that goes over my... like a suction cage, and it goes over the drain. I'm the tiger. Wow. Hi, Firehill. Welcome in. Hi. How are you today? Clearly it smells like wet wagon. Yeah, guys, I'm not just a wolf. I'm a wolf dragon. I'm a wagon. We've been over this, right? Not a dwarf. Wolf, but a wagon. A wolf dragon. No, I don't go to the groomers and they don't put me in those drying boxes. How dare you assume that? I am much too tall and big and huge and muscly for a simple little drying box. Whoa, we're having a dragon break, hotties. Oh, the Lorcan heart is still here. That makes sense because it is probably immune to dragon breaks. It's a quick break. All right, we're back. Hi, Olaf. Welcome in. Hi, how are you? What if it was a... No, even if it's a big box, I wouldn't fit. I'm too strong and evil for that. I would break out. You know the 28 days later that's like, do not open, dead inside? That's me, except I'm in the drying box. And I would bust out, crazy style. So it's a swimming pool-sized jacuzzi. What? That would be pretty cool, a swimming pool-sized jacuzzi. I bet the tail gets so soft and poofy when hair dried. Hey! You keep your hands off my tail, you rapscallion. You leave my tail alone, you little hellion. Don't touch my tail. Ugh. No saunas for Vylett. I don't think I've ever been in a sauna. Now that I think about it. I've taken a mud bath. I've taken a fancy... So I got a coupon once. It was for a fancy spa mud bath. I think I was a young pup. It was for a fancy spa mud bath. So I went to it and they're like, all right, time to get in your... It's like a tub, basically. It's recessed in the floor. And they fill it with like slightly... Maybe it was clay. I don't remember. It was one of the two. Maybe it was a clay mud mixture. But essentially, like, it was like slightly runny mud. Kind of like the consistency of brownie batter when you pour it in the pan. Except a little thinner. And then they were like, all right, get in. So I did get in. It was actually really relaxing. It was very cool. It was the summertime, so going in felt really nice. It was like, you know, it felt good. But then when you got out, you had to waddle your way over to the shower that was like across the way, and like you left muddy footprints the whole way, and I felt really weird. I felt like some kind of swamp monster, you know? Yeah, very much Shrek vibes. Hi, Meteor. Hi. I did Shrek vibes, but real. I've never been in a sauna, but in a mud bath. Yeah. Saunas exist in a lot of gyms. Yeah, I know they do. I just don't like going into them. I don't think they look very fun, to be honest. I don't really want to sit around and sweat. That's not my idea of a good time. I like the idea of hot springs, though. I like water. I like it when I can submerge in water. But just hot air? That sounds terrible. Hot, moist air? Swamp monster. Mud puddle ZATSU. That could be pretty fun. I'm imagining Vi dried up with an afro looking like a poodle. I do not have an afro. My hair is shiny and sleek and it never puffs up ever. I don't have a single frizzy hair on my body. You guys are just jealous of how much hair I have because you're bald. Because you're balding. You're jealous of all the hair I have on my body. You guys wish you were this hairy. Saunas are nice for a short while. Maybe I'll try it someday. Maybe I'll try it. Microphone head. Man, freak you. I sweat when I exercise. I want to jump in cold water. Yeah, like, I don't understand. Like, when I exercise and I get sweaty and hot, my face gets really red when I exercise. It's just how I am. And then my face feels like it's burning. So I can't imagine, like, going in the sauna. Maybe after you cool off. Maybe after, like, 30 minutes of cooling off and then going in the sauna, I could see it. But right after I work out? No. If you guys have used the sauna after the gym, how are you supposed to do it? I'm confused. You and all your fancy shampoos for your hair. Hey! Actually, I did get, so I don't really use products on my hair. I've never used products on my hair. But recently, I got a little trim up to shorten my hair. And the lady was like, here's some sea salt spray. And she's like, put it on your hair when it's wet, and then it'll give it some really nice crunch and really nice texture. I've been doing that, and it's actually pretty nice. It kind of gives my hair, I don't know, how do I say it? Like a little bit more, you know? Like that. Does that make sense? The fire of Udin works in her. Udin. Hi, Darren, welcome in. Hi. A Roman bath. There's hot and cold rooms. Oh, I've never heard of that before. That seems really cool. They're relaxing like a jacuzzi. I don't like jacuzzis. I like hot springs, but I don't like jacuzzis. Jacuzzis scare me. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm okay with hot springs, but I've got like double standards when it comes to hot springs and jacuzzis. I just don't like jacuzzis. Everybody's so eager to jump into like a hotel jacuzzi, but you don't know what's in there, man. You don't know what's in there. That's all I'm gonna say. What if there's something in there? Like stuff. Like gross stuff. I don't know. Do you use dog, dragon, or elf shampoo? Obviously wolf shampoo. You tried to trick me into that, didn't you? Obviously I use wolf shampoo. Those things are filthy. Yeah, see? I think jacuzzis look kind of gross, and you don't know how well the hotel is taking care of them, you know what I mean? Or like a hotel or the gym or wherever. Jacuzzis are only bad when they're haunted. Yeah, we all saw that one Lil Wayne screenshot when he's in the jacuzzi. He's got hooves in there, man. If you go in a jacuzzi, it'll reveal who you really are inside. And Lil Wayne is a goat. Apparently, he's like some sort of satyr. Yeah, I got an idea. Yeah, see? You guys know. They're filtered? Well, you don't know how often do they change the filter, man? Like, pools at least are highly chlorinated. I'm thinking about getting into the sea salt spray fad, too. It's actually pretty nice fruits. It makes, at least from my hair type, my short hair. I think with long hair, you would run out of sea salt spray pretty quick, you know? Long hair is a chore, man. I'm really glad I don't have it anymore. Long hair is such a chore. It's like constant maintenance, but short hair every day. I get in bed, I roll over, I brush my hair, and that's it. That's all I need to do for the day. Yippee! I like being very low maintenance with my hair. Skincare, I'm a little bit more high maintenance. I use sunscreen every day. I got a couple bottles of routine, you know, I got my serums and stuff. Because, you know, that's a little bit more finicky. But hair, easy. Easy. Roll out of bed, brush it, done. You had long hair? Yeah, how do you think I got this braid? Look. How do you think I got this braid, hotties? Obviously, at one point I had long hair. Then I chopped most of it off, except for the braid. Vi has a buzz cut. Yeah, I wish. Maybe someday, hotties, I'll debut my new outfit and I'll have a buzz cut. What do you think? Fungus and bacteria. Ew, fungus. Hot tubs are chlorinated too. Yeah, but hot soup bad. Hot people soup bad. You guys are trying to get me to go into the hot human soup, and I'm not gonna fall for it. Hi, Rapscallion. Hi. Hi. Shaving my head was higher maintenance than long hair. Really? I'm too lazy to get it cut. Yeah, that's fair, Connor. Just give yourself a bowl cut. Wow. Vylett Moonheart giving out really good advice here on this Morrowind Red Mountain ZATSU. Just give yourself a bowl cut, hotties. It's not that hard. Just put a bowl. Here, step 1. Find a big bowl. Step 2, put it on your head. Step 3, chop. Get cutting. Get cutting. I want to see those bowl cuts. I want to see them. My hair's long because I keep forgetting to get it cut. Yeah, that's fair, Mr. Also, hi. Or a monk ring. Oh, a monk ring? Not the bowl cut. Do you guys really not like the bowl cut? I think bowl cuts on human males are actually kind of cool. I think they're cool. I don't know why. Maybe it's because they look like medieval monks, but I think they look really neat. Just buzz it down. Oh, that makes sense. Part 9, profit. Yeah, part 9, get crazy amounts of numbers from women. Or men, or whoever you're into. I had one for a little bit as a kid. Really, Twin? That's kind of nice. Kind of nice. I think kids with bowl cuts are really cute. The friar tuck chic, yeah. My mom sent me to school with a bowl cut for years. Oof, yeah, I bet as a kid you probably get bullied for it a little bit, huh? Hi, parent, what it do? Hi, what's poppin'? Welcome to Red Mountain. How you doing today? Ignore the Day Gother in the background. He's fine. They were cool 10 years ago. I think they're still cool, right? Do the Hulk Hogan haircut. What's the Hulk Hogan? Oh, like the mullet? You're talking about a mullet? Okay, so I suggest bowl cuts and you guys go to the next worst thing? You guys come up with an even worse thing? A mullet? Okay, be honest, Hotties. All right, let's do a fun little test. If you had to choose one haircut, you have only 2 choices. Somebody walks up to you and say, I'm gonna krill you unless you choose one of these 2 bowl cuts or one of these 2 haircuts, right? So either, number 1, a bowl cut. That's your first choice. Number 2, a mullet. You have to choose one of those. Would you do 1 bowl cut or 2 mullet? I'm so curious. A skullet? Bald on top, long at the back. That's a thing, Faye? Also, welcome in. Hi. Oh, he was bald on top. Oh, lots of mullets. Okay. Kill me. No, you have to choose one. Mullet. Wow, lots of mullets, huh? Interesting. I think I'd take getting killed. No, you gotta choose one. Tom Hardy? Who's that? Do you mean Tom Hardy, Blue? You can hide the short hair with a cap and pretend you have long hair. Oh, bowl cut on the front, mullet on the back. Now that's an insane anime hairstyle, Glud. The mullet's coming back in fashion. Really? I didn't know that. What about a front bowl cut, back mullet? That sounds like anime to me, Max. Mullet easy. Okay, so everybody wants a mullet. Understood. Hi, Tsukiko. Hi. Hi, Base Fan. Happy Saturday. How are you today? Hello. Hi. 1/4 bowl cut and 1/2 mullet in the middle and bald in the last fourth. What would that even look like? So like a fourth, you just have a bowl cut at the top. So you got like a little umbrella of hair. And then you have the long hair and then bald all the way down? What? That would be insane. What are you talking about? You can pull off a mullet, not sure about a bowl cut. I think a lot of people can pull off a bowl cut. What are you talking about? No, you don't get any rat tails. No, it's a mullet. I haven't seen people brave enough for a front mullet. Oh, so like long in the front and short in the back, like the Ring, like Samara from The Ring in the front. And then in the back, it's just like really, really short, like K-pop hair. That'd be so wild. Coco, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome in, Raiders. Hi. What did you get up to? I miss you. Hi. I'm sorry I've been so busy, girl. Hi, brats. Welcome, welcome. What did you guys get up to today? Coco, if you got to raid and run, get some food and water. I totally understand. Happy New Year. I'm sending you love. Mwah. Mwah. Did she beat Bloodborne yet, guys? Welcome in. Firehill, thank you so much for becoming a moon puncher. I really appreciate that. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you, thank you. Enjoy those emotes. Welcome, Coco. Yeah, welcome, guys. Hi. We're in a volcano. We're in Red Mountain. She did last stream. Oh, nice. Congratulations, Coco. You did good, girl. How did you like it? I have to ask her later. She probably has to run, but I'm gonna ask her later how she likes Bloodborne. It's my favorite FromSoft game. Other than Demon's Souls. You know, we should probably do... I've been thinking about this a lot because we're almost finished with Dark Souls 3, right? We're actually finishing it next week, which is really exciting. We're almost finished with Dark Souls 3, so I've been thinking a lot about which Dark Soul I like the most, right? I've been thinking about how to rank them. I'm not too sure. I think the original Dark Souls is probably my favorite. Does that make sense? The original Dark Souls is a really good mix of crushing you and letting you play and have fun. And the atmosphere is really, really good. I like it a lot. Hi, Biogenesis. Welcome in. Thank you for the first time chat. What's poppin'? We're just yapping in Red Mountain. How you doing today? Just ignore the Dagother behind me. It's fine. I mean, what? What Dagother? Yeah, the DS... I think the DS1 is probably my... Out of the three, I think DS1 is probably my favorite. I think... Does 2 or 3? I do like 2, though. I liked 2 a lot. Man, this is a tough one. I think 3 probably comes next just because of the level of polish that goes on with the combat, I think. Like, the bosses in Dark Souls 3, unfortunately, I think push Dark Souls 3 up the list for me. Because Dark Souls 2 is great, but the late game bosses are kind of not my jam. So Dark Souls 3 just has better, more fun bosses. So I'm gonna say, if my final ranking of Dark Souls games, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 3, and then Dark Souls 2. But 2 and 3 are very, very close, to be honest. It's just the bosses that put them apart, set them apart. Prezi, thank you for the 5. Bowl cut as a kid, mullet as a teen, long hair as an adult. Am I a Pokemon? Thank you for the support. I appreciate that. Maybe you are. Who knows? You're the hair Pokemon? Oh, Dragon Break. Oh, we're back. Hi, Hyena. Hi, welcome in. How you doing? Nerevar, stop talking to your imaginary friends over there. I'm trying to sleep. Too bad, Dagos. You're gonna have to deal with it, bud. Get some earplugs, like any good roommate. Hi, Roho. Hi. Yeah, I love Demon Souls. Demon Souls, I think, like, obviously, I haven't played Sekiro. I haven't played. I think Sekiro is the only one I haven't played. Sorry, I'm drinking water. It's hot in here. Sekiro is the only one I think I haven't played. I've played Elden Ring, Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 1, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3. So I think, yeah, we only have Sekiro. The only 2 we haven't played, well, we can't play Bloodborne, unfortunately, because I don't have a freaking PlayStation. Hey, Bloodborne on PC. They would make so much money. I don't know why they're not doing it. They would make so much money. Whatever, it's fine. Yeah, so we haven't, the only 2 we haven't played on stream have been Elden Ring and Bloodborne, Elden Ring and Sekiro. But yeah, I don't know. The next one I think is going to be Elden Ring. I think we're playing Elden Ring next, and then I'm gonna play Sekiro after that. So I'm really, really excited. I'm really excited. I'm really excited. This won't be my first time Elden Ring. It will be my first time Sekiro, though. Time to pack up the old PS4 and send it along. No, it's okay. Keep your PS4. I don't have a TV. Your wolf boss doesn't have a TV in her castle. She doesn't like TVs, how TVs look. She doesn't like how TVs look. She might get a projector someday, but she really doesn't like how TVs are just a big black box in the middle of the room. Baseman, thank you for the stream streak. Whoa, what the heck? Thank you so much. Hi, Fairtrix. Hi, welcome in. But yeah, I think, like, the ranking that I have for the things I've played so far is definitely Demon Souls 1. Demon Souls, my favorite. Well, no, Bloodborne, number 1. Demon Souls, number 2. Number 3. Ooh. Dark Souls 1 or Elden Ring? I think Dark Souls 1 and Elden Ring are tied. To be honest, Dark Souls 1 and Elden Ring are tied for me. So Dark Souls 1 and Elden Ring tied, and then Dark Souls 3, and then Dark Souls 2. But Dark Souls 3 and 2 are very close, also. Very, very close. Does your monitor have an HDMI input? I think it does, Storsky, I think so. Why have TV when computer screen? Oh, you guys are saying I can hook it up directly into my... You know, oh, interesting, I didn't know that. Should try Remnant from the Ashes 2 or Lords of the Fallen. Yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about that one, Sid, those two. And Lies of P, you guys have talked a lot about Lies of PP. Sorry, I couldn't resist. Lies of P. The P stands for Pinocchio, by the way. I'm pretty sure anyway. About puppets and stuff. Vylett's big board of Souls games. Yeah. Yeah. Did you play the Elden Ring DLC? I played a little bit of the beginning, but I didn't play through it. So actually, yeah, the Elden Ring DLC will be the first time I'm playing it. So that's really exciting. Yeah. It'll be the first time I'll be playing the Elden Ring DLC with you guys. Don't play it via OBS. Oh, the lag kind of ruins it. Oh, really? Spoilers. Hi, Plenty. It's not spoilers. Wait. I thought everybody knew it was Pinocchio. Lies of Peanut. Untruths of urine. Not the untruths of urine. That's crazy. Guys, stop. Stop being crude. It's Saturday. Stop. Relax. Hi, Van. Welcome in. Yeah, I've heard that Lies of P is really good. So, I'll definitely consider playing that too. There's a lot of cool weapons too. The weapons look really neat. The ones that I've seen. The Elder Ring. Yeah, but first we gotta get through Elden Ring, which shouldn't be too hard. Asterisk, I think. I'm not sure what build we would do in Elden Ring. We've done, let's see, Dark Souls 1 we did a bonk build. Dark Souls 1 was a bonk build. Dark Souls 2 was a Dark Miracle build. And then Dark Souls, well, hexes. It's called hexes. And then Dark Souls 3, we're doing a dex build. So I think, do we just do a faith build in Elden Ring? We do a faith build? We could do, I think we can do a bleed build, but I think bleed starts to drop off with some really important bosses later on. I think I remember that happening. I think it starts to drop off a little bit. But it's got there's also some really cool weapons that we could specialize into in Elden Ring. We're not doing the katanas. We're not doing Moonlight, Moonveil, or whatever. We're not doing any of the katanas in Elden Ring. Do an int build. Oh, that's true. I don't think we've done an int build. Yeah, I don't think we've done an int build, have we? Oh, pyromancy. We haven't done pyromancy. Oh, that's right. Pyromancy. Okay, so our options are pyromancy, bleed, or intelligence, I think. A faith build would go crazy. I would love to do a faith. So the faith build that I did with Elden Ring was a dragon breath build. So I specifically did dragon breath. But I think, guys, we could do like a frenzy build too. We could also do a frenzy build, which I am not against because I love the eye laser. Eye laser has like one of this crazy stagger mechanic. It's really cool. It's like one of the highest, when you do your eye laser, it's one of the highest staggering percentages I think of any spell, other than the rock one. May chaos take the world. Yes. Chaos. Yeah, pyromancy sounds cool. I would have to look up the pyromancy spells. Dual wield, broadsword, bleed, jump, cheese build. That sounds so boring. Sorry, Brass. I don't wanna do any cheese builds. Come on. It's gotta be something fun. Technically, fire is best of faith power right now. So on there. Frenzy's limited choice wise. I think it's got a couple spells. It's got Eye Laser 1, Eye Laser 2, Eye Laser 3. You know, different eye lasers. There's also weapons that I think have frenzy on them. I think there's like the spear build and stuff. You love using daggers in Elden Ring. Is an Elden Ring dagger build like parry heavy? Because I don't like to parry. Or lightning. Ooh, yeah, lightning. We haven't done lightning. We could do lightning. I'm tempted by a lightning build, to be honest. I love faith. Elden Ring faith builds are really cool. I did a dragon faith build. It was super awesome. A millennia build. So like a dex? We've already done dex, silly. Some dagger builds are status based. Ooh. Yeah, lightning seems fun. Poison or bleed. Ooh. Ooh. You could do a non-holy faith build. Like what? What's a non-holy? The DLC introduces some awesome frenzy weapons. Oh, I want frenzy so bad. I don't know. I've always got to resist the urge to do an Elden Ring build that's a frenzy build. So we got to resist the urge. It's my comfort zone. I love it. It's really fun. But yeah, Eye Laser 1, 2, 3, and Fireball. That's plenty of spells. That's plenty. Oh, a frost build. Actually, I forgot that frost is available. I totally forgot about frost. Frost is a thing in Elden Ring. I think you can do like frost spells if we do an intelligence frost build. Crystal build. Yeah, crystal builds are good. I like crystal build too. My vote is to pick a hard counter to the most annoying boss. Scarlet Rot build. Oh, I think I did. So, Kieran, I think I did that one by doing a dragon build, a dragon faith build, because I would just alternate Scarlet Rot and freeze breath over and over and over. And it was really powerful. And fire breath. My build was frost heavy my first playthrough. Yeah, we could do frost. I totally forgot about frost, guys. Hi, Con. Hi. Yeah, I've heard good things about frost, and also there's a lot of really cool ice weapons, if I remember correctly. Different spell schools that are on both faith and intelligence. Yeah, so we might have to double dip. It might not just be intelligence or faith. Yeah, the status effects are really fun. Anyway, yeah, Elden Ring. I'm really excited for it. I'm really excited. It's pretty soon here, but we gotta close out Granny Smith's Dark Souls 3 journey next week. Gonna be the final stream. Lay sigh. I can't believe we played all 3 of the Dark Souls on this channel in basically 1 year, under 1 year. That's really impressive. I think obviously I could have beaten them faster if I had streamed more hours, but I think it's really impressive that we basically got all 3 Dark Souls in a year, you know, more or less. Yeah, the end. It definitely feels like the end of an era. Huh? Anyway, Elden Ring. LD Ring, am I right? Yeah, Granny deserves a good rest. She's almost back to the retirement home, guys. She's almost made it. The Soul's Journey. That's really cool. Talking about the ice build. You think you're so clever, Hotties. You think you're so clever. I'm a real gamer! I'm a real gamer. Yippee! I'm a real gamer. Did you guys like the Factorio collab yesterday? It was pretty fun. It was pretty fun. I can see why you guys like Factorio so much. I was thinking about it a lot last night. It was really fun. Yeah, I'm just too skilled to squeeze more content. Yeah, exactly. Like, we're done with them. We're never going to touch them again. We've squeezed all the content we can out of those Elder Scrolls. Sorry, out of those Elden Rings and those Darking Souls. Yeah, it was really fun. Factorio was pretty awesome. Get me entertained while I was cooking. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, it was nice to hang out with Lady Saffron and Jillian again. They're such sweet ladies, and I had a lot of good times. Lady Saffron really did a good job of teaching us. I was really impressed with how much she knew. Thank you for the watch streak. I appreciate that. Hello, Mr. McFitz. Rise now, ye tarnished. Indeed. Hello. Welcome in. Actually, that does remind me. Are we gonna do a man character for Elden Ring? Because we did Granny. Maybe we try to do the opposite. When I make my Elden Ring character, maybe we try to do the opposite of the grandmas I usually make. The old wrinkled women that I tend to default to when I make a character. Maybe we do like a young, strapping young man, you know, because we make old grandmas so often in these character creation games. But what if we do like a young, strapping, you know, like a baby, like a baby man. Yeah, a little baby boy, precisely. Like Jerry Bomb. Oh, that's true. Jerry Bomb is a little baby boy. A smooth, oiled man. Yeah, like the opposite of the grandmas we make. Smooth, oiled man. Sekiro has to be a dude. Yeah, but he's old and grizzled, right? Sekiro's guy is like old and grizzled. An infant grandpa would go hard. Not the infant grandpa. Toddler Terry. A young anime pro tag. Okay. If it's a Frost build, it could be young Santa. Oh, that's true. Could be young Santa. We'll have to see what we get when we get into the creator. Warwick Davis. Who is that, Johnny? Who's that? A femboy build. Please, not the femboy. Anything but the femboy. Please. A little German. Why a German boy? Why little German boy? Oh, with like his lederhosen? Yes, we'll give him lederhosen. He will use ice magic like he learned in the mountains. Yes, his little lederhosen. Oh, that's the Willow actor? I do love Willow. Actually, Wolf Mom, do you guys know the movie Willow? It's kind of like a Lord of the Rings It's like a quirkier Lord of the Rings a little bit, like a very fantastical fairy tale type movie. But Wolf Mom really enjoyed Willow, and so I watched that from a very young age. Wicket from Star Wars. Okay. Warwick is a really cool name. I'm not just saying that because League of Legends. I think Warwick is a really cool name. Like the Wick of War. Got war in your name. Murtog. What's Murtog? What's that? What's that? Should we make like a psychic child? Should we make like a Stranger Things in Elden Ring where it's just like a bald psychic child? You know, just like 11 style. Just doing things with their minds. Oh, you have to be nice to Warwick, otherwise he turns into a leprechaun. Is that true? I don't think that's true, Maka. Okay, it's time for my second chocolate, I think. Oh, this one's even more melted. Oh no, it's just goopy in there, guys. I left it too close to the lava. Oh no. Murtog is a guy from Aragon. I've never seen Aragon. I've never seen it. I read the first book when I was young. I don't remember much of it. Was the movie good? Was the Aragon movie good? That's the one about dragons, right? Yeah, it's chocolate syrup now. Don't watch the movie? Wait, why not? Wait, what happened? I didn't care for it. I hated it. Is that the one with the talking dragon? Yes, I think so. It was not good. Oh no. I saw it when I was a kid and I fell asleep in the theater. You fell asleep, Diane? Oh no. As a kid? Yikes. The books were lit, but the movie was pretty mid. That's too bad, man. That's too bad. Maybe the world wasn't ready for it. Maybe the world... Maybe... Isn't it weird how sometimes the book is really good, but then the movie gets, like, lost in the translation, I guess? That's why you need, like... That's why the scriptwriters need to be on point with movies. Because you can really mess up a book's plot, you know? You can really mess up the vibe of a book by transmitting it into a movie. Script writing. I read they're going to remake it. Oh, really? Interesting. Huh. Nobody will ever be ready for it. They cut too many corners. Really? So dayo ne? Yeah, you need people who actually care. Yeah, you need people who, like, read the books and are, like, fans of the books to write scripts. But a lot of times, scriptwriters are not, you know, fans of everything. Yeah, The Expanse show was really cool. I need to catch up on that. I think I watched season 1. No spoilers, but I watched season 1, I think, and then half of season 2. I think there was a season 2. But yeah, I need to catch up on the rest of that, because The Expanse was a really good show. It was really good. The aesthetic was really good. They just did really good world building. You know, the props looked real. It didn't feel too, like, cheesy or over the top. There was just the right amount of technology in it, you know? Feasible technology. The Expanse was great. Reading the books was so stressful. Wait, what? Movie script should be the book itself, but then it would take forever. It would take forever to make a movie out of that. I hated the books past the first one. So dayo ne? The Witcher writes. Oh, how do you guys feel about the Witcher series? How do you guys feel about, like, the Witcher show? I'm curious. Because I know the books are really popular, but, like, how do you guys feel about the show itself? Hi, gentlemen. Are you winning Elder Scrolls? I am indeed. Welcome into the Red Mountain in Morrowind. Welcome to the tower that is a wheel that is a tower. Don't mind the guy that's standing on the ridge over there. He's just a friend. He's just chilling here with us. Welcome. Show's a really good adaptation of the book. The Witcher fell off hard. The first season is good, the rest is not. What the heck? How did that happen? The first season's good and then the rest is not? What? It's not the same without Superman. Oh, is Henry Cavill no longer the guy? The books were good and never saw the show. So dayo ne? The first season I enjoyed less, and the second I stopped watching after hearing, oh, he got replaced? Wait, what? Whoa. Oh, maybe he had, like, schedule conflicts or something, huh? Maybe he had to go like shoot a movie. That's tough because like when you have a really famous actor kind of leading the series, unless the series does really well, they'll probably just drop, you know, for other opportunities. They didn't like how the show was going. Oh. They admitted they were just using it to do their own thing. What the heck, man? So they're writing fanfic? What the? They should know better than that. Like, people are watching the show not for your fanfic. They're watching it for the book that they like, right? Surely they wouldn't, like, misinterpret their audience that severely. Right? Surely. That's wild. Huh. Henry cared a lot about the source material and the writers didn't. Ah, so damn. That's too bad. The Rings of... Oh, man, the Rings of Power. So I never got into that. I was watching episodes. I saw 1 or 2 episodes. I think it was at... Was it at an Airbnb? I think I was in an Airbnb. And I did watch, like, 1 or 2 episodes of the Rings of Power. And it was not good. Like, it was beautiful. It was beautiful to look at. It was amazing to look at. But, like, they were trying to make a romance between... Like, the elf lady... I always forget her name. I'm sorry. They tried to make a romance between the elf lady and, like, Secret Soren. And it was like, what is going on here? I don't... Maybe it's because I was dropped in the middle of the season. I had watched none of the other episodes. I just got dropped in towards the end. I love Rings of Power. Okay, so maybe I'm missing something. Galadriel, thank you. Yes. Except the haircuts were so bad. Haircuts... Were they haircuts or were they wigs? That's the question. Hi, crew. Just knowing the Rings of Power exist caused me physical pain. I think that... Oh, man... I really do think that J.R.R. Tolkien's work does benefit from a movie setting. There's some books that I'm like, okay, I can see this as a show. For instance, True Blood, right? True Blood is based off of a book, I believe. And True Blood works really well. I don't necessarily like it. It's not my type of thing. But the episodes that I've seen, True Blood works well as like a series, right? As like a bam, 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 bam. And the beats are good. You know, the characters is more character-based. It's a more character-based story, right? So you can kind of have like closed loop episodes in True Blood, right? But then you go to something like Lord of the Rings, and it's like Lord of the Rings isn't really about the characters per se. Like, people do like the characters, but it's more of a book that's about the world that surrounds the characters, right? It's more about like the environment and like the magic system and the history and the old ruins, and you know, the world is more of a character than the characters themselves in the Lord of the Rings. So I think that's kind of where it differentiates itself, right? Where like, oh yeah, J.R.R. Tolkien's works, they are adapted better in a movie because you can establish a world in a movie much better than you can in an interrupted TV show like that, right? So I think I'm starting to understand which books would make good TV shows and which books would make good movies, if that makes sense, after being alive for this long. The 4th book was good. Oh, really? The Rings of Power is also fanfic. That's true. It's not source material. Hi, Alexis. Hi. Welcome in. How are you? Yeah, Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is also that. I think, genuinely, I think Game of Thrones would have benefited if it was a movie in the Lord of the Rings style, like 3 long movies, rather than a TV show, you know? I think the TV show kept people coming back, and I don't think they did a bad job with the first couple seasons, like the first 2 seasons. But I think that, I think there's a missed opportunity. I think Game of Thrones would have made a really great movie. Very long, you know, elaborate, you know, Lord of the Rings style movie. The Bowls of Power. What? The Bowl Cuts of Power? It's world-building expansion on Elven, Dwarven, and Orcish culture. The writing is mid, unfortunately. So that. Yeah. Hi, Poeted. Welcome in. How are you? Hi. We're just yapping about Lord of the Rings. How does it always end up like this, Hotties? So we always end up talking about Lord of the Rings. There isn't enough writing about each specific parts. Okay, so it's like too small. They're stretching out smaller stories. I see. Game of Thrones needed a writing team that cared about the material and a plan rather than a desire to shock. Yeah, I think they got out of hand in the last couple seasons, but I think the first season wasn't bad in terms of like adapting a fantasy work to the screen, you know? They hooked people, You know, like whether or not we agree with their methods, they did get people watching. So I'm not sure. I don't know. I think the first season, it was really over the top, and I think the first Game of Thrones book, but again, the first Game of Thrones book is really over the top, guys. Like, I only read the first one. The first one's really over the top. There's a lot of really crazy, nasty things that happen in that book. So it kind of makes sense that they would go, crazy nasty with it in the show. But I don't know. Hi, Manto, welcome in. Hi. Is the enemy right in front of us? What enemy? I don't see any enemy. What are you talking about, Manto? What are you talking about? Where? I don't see anything. What are you talking about? There's no one back there. Welcome in. Hi, Shadows. How are you? Happy Saturday. Hi. The first season was great watching the Halo show. The Halo show? There was a Halo... Oh, that's right. You guys told me about the Halo show. That's my dad. Your dad? Your dad's in Red Mountain Donuts? I'm so sorry. He's probably like a porpoise monster now. I'm so sorry. Desire to shock was why George wrote Game of Thrones and they followed his vision. I think the third A Song of Ice and Fire book is amazing. The third one, I gotta start reading them again. I haven't even read the second one. Have you ever read I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream? I have not, Channel, but I heard it's really intense. Yeah. I heard it's like a classic, but it's really intense. They should make a Skyrim TV show. No, they shouldn't. Hey, Mubi, hey, guys. They should not make a Skyrim TV show. You know what the Skyrim TV show is going to end up like? It's going to end up like a worse Vikings. They're just going to reuse all the props from Vikings, and it's going to be worse. Because they're going to cheap out on the magical effects and the dragons. Yes, they can reuse the dragon animations from Game of Thrones. Yes, they can reuse all the Vikings props. But it's going to be worse, because the magic is going to look horrible. Trust me. Trust me. How many episodes with the main character carrying around the Orb of Meridia? Yeah, just the orb. I would love a snarky Orb of Meridia, though. That would be pretty good. Hi, Zix. Would the Skyrim show count as another re-release? Yeah, it would, actually. Welcome in. That's a good point. Would that be Todd Howard's 12th Skyrim release if they did a show? Just cut into game footage. No, 16 times the details won't cut it here, guys. Hi, Lanhart. Welcome in. Hi. Do the Game of Thrones books really have that many scenes about being on the toilet? Yes, they do. Well, the first one. I only read the first one. I don't know about the rest of them. Skyrim TV show would be hilarious if it's just a slice of life. Yeah, that would be fun. I would love a Skyrim, like, sitcom. Does that make sense? Wait, do you see what I'm cooking in my brain? Like a Skyrim sitcom. Think about it. It's just like a farmer and his family... You know, like, oh, there goes the Stormcloaks again. What are they doing, honey? I don't know, but they're all covered in blood. Oh, they must have been to the butcher shop. Yes, the butcher shop. Like, you could lampshade so many funny things. Like, oh, there's a dragon eating our sheep. You gotta let it... Honey, don't go outside. But he's eating our sheep. Anyway, it would be great. It would be really good. Hey, question. Why don't the giants fight the dragons? Probably because they don't want to. But, like, I think if we could get the giants to fight the dragons, it would be over pretty quick. Just kidding. It wouldn't, because dragons regenerate. If you don't eat their souls, they regenerate. I forgot about that. The Fresh Prince of the Cloud District. Yeah. Yeah, you guys see what I'm doing. You see, yeah. And it's been 4 episodes on Faendal and the one guy fighting over the lady. Yes, you see it. You see the sitcom. Someone takes an arrow to the knee and a laugh track plays. Yeah. That would be awesome, man. That would be awesome. That would be... And then there'd be like an extended section where a guy tries to sell something to a merchant and he has to haggle. That'd be so good. Lead them to a giant camp, and they do. Oh yeah, they do, but like, I'm curious why in the lore the giants never like actually fight. Dragons know that the giants will launch them into space, the one place they can't survive. I've seen JoJo. I'm pretty sure a giant can just knock the dragon into space and be done. Well, that's the thing. I think dragons don't really need to breathe air, to be honest. If I had to guess, I don't think dragons need to breathe air. I don't really think they need to eat. At least the dragons that what's his name? At least the dragons that Alduin summons, I don't think they're undead. They're technically not alive. They're technically out of time. So I don't think they really need to eat. I don't even know if regular dragons need to eat, to be honest. Like dragons from the Age of Dragons, like before the Age of Man, the ones that, you know, enslaved all humanity. I didn't even think they needed to eat. I think they just eat time or whatever. They eat time energy. They were so to it. It should be 12 episodes, 6 mini stories set in different places and times after Martin dies. Oh. They'd freeze and float away like cars. Yeah, I mean, in the game they would. Eventually, Alduin stopped thinking. Yeah, so like as long as Alduin magics them into existence, they don't need to eat, I don't think. Alduin doesn't need to eat the world, but he really wants to. Yeah, he's so hungry, guys. Alduin, please let Alduin eat the world just a little bit. Just a little bit. He's so hungry. There's the Skyrim crop series on YouTube. I haven't seen that, Fruits. Hello, everyone. Hi, friend. Welcome in. Huh. Yeah, you can hear the heart. What heart? I don't see any heart. What are you talking about? They're basically demigods. Oof. Are dragons demigods? Dragons are aspects of Akatosh, theoretically. I don't know if dragons breed. I don't know if they have eggs. I don't think they do. I think dragons in Skyrim and the Elder Scrolls in general are something so unique, and it's one of the reasons I love the Elder Scrolls. Dragons in that series are kind of unlike any other dragon in any other fantasy series, right? Like Game of Thrones, you have dragons that breed, you know, they have eggs. You've got, you know, Dragon Age, where the dragons definitely do, you know, have to breed and have eggs. But with the Elder Scrolls, dragons are more like manifestations. They don't reproduce, as far as I know. They just like are. They just become. You don't see young dragons, right? They just sort of pop into existence, I assume. I'm not really sure. I think maybe all of the dragons that were ever created were created at once, perhaps. Which is just fascinating to think about, right? Like the fact that an entire race doesn't need to procreate, and B, just appeared. It's crazy to me. Like I think the dragon lore is one of my favorite things about the Elder Scrolls of all time. Yeah, Alduin can devour all of creation a little bit as a tree. Guys, we robbed him. It's his job to end the Kalpa. Guys, Skyrim, the Dragonborn's actually the bad guy. It's it's Alduin's job. It's what he was born for, to end the Kalpa, and we didn't let him do it. You know? They reproduce via shed skins and become new dragons. Dragons are undead. So dragons do die. So dragons can lose their corporeal form. Alduin, essentially, from my understanding of the Skyrim lore, is Alduin does not resurrect their flesh and blood. He just sort of puts their souls back together with their bodies, and because their souls are reunited with their skeletons, they become alive. Does that make sense? It's not like necromancy. It's not like you put it's not like the zombie is rotting. Like, it's more, think of Alduin's resurrection of the dragons as like time bending. Or like a really good example is Orihime from Bleach, Orihime. She's got this power, like everybody's like, oh, she's got this great healing power. She doesn't really have healing power. She just has the ability to turn back time in a localized area on a living thing. So that's the idea behind the dragons. Is it's not necessarily that they're not getting healed. They're not getting resurrected. Their souls are getting taken from another place, assumedly Aetherius, and then put back into their bodies. And because their souls are in their bodies, the world is like, oh, okay, so you're alive again, and just sort of snaps them into existence. It's kind of like a gear touching another gear, and then the entire machine starting again. So it's crazy. Yeah, Dunavir is definitely an undead dragon, and I don't know how that works. So Alduin's resurrection is him just putting the souls back into reality and the souls becoming real again. But for Dunavir, the bone dragon that you fight, I think that's from the era of dragons. That is a dragon that's been like bound by some sort of necromantic magic. So it's interesting that you can see the difference between what a necromancer raised dragon looks like, and the difference between a necromancer's power and Alduin's power, right? Alduin is an aspect of Akatosh. He is essentially a god, kind of. He's got some of God's powers. So he can resurrect them, but not in the traditional sense. It just looks like resurrecting to us. Does that make sense? Also, we don't know where the dragon souls go. Theoretically, when a dragon soul dies, it goes back to Akatosh. Theoretically, it could go to its own realm. An interesting thing in the Elder Scrolls is that basically every living creature, every shall we say, every species of living creature kind of has its own, theoretically it could have its own heaven, its own afterlife. So like the Nords, for instance, have Sovereign Guard, right? Nords go to Sovereign Guard. Dark Elves, I think they have their own as well. So there's a lot of afterlife shards. Like Aetherius has a lot of different sharding to it. One of them is Sovereign Guard, right? Another is, there's a bunch of them. So it wouldn't be too out of the realm of possibility to, yeah, thank you for the glasses. Thank you. Yeah, I'm nerding out right now. What do you want? It wouldn't be too far out of the realm of possibility to say that there is an afterlife for dragons. However, the way that dragons work, what my belief is that their souls go back to Akatosh. Because they are aspects of Akatosh himself, my belief is that they go back to Akatosh, and they become part of him again. Yeah, Aetherius is sharding. Also sharding. Why are you laughing? I didn't say sharting. I said sharding. Stop. Stop. I'm trying to make cool lore happen. Dragonborn saving the world by sending his soul back to Akatosh. He actually dooms it. Yeah, I mean, if Alduin is the aspect that ends all time, if Alduin is the aspect of Akatosh that's supposed to end the Kalpa, sending it back to Akatosh could delay the inevitable, but it does give Akatosh maybe the ability to end the Kalpa again. I'm not sure. He can send Akatosh... Basically, Akatosh can send out Alduin again, like a Pokemon, to end time whenever he wants. So, the fact that the Dragonborn sent him back to Akatosh, at least it gives us a couple, maybe a couple 100 years. Where do skeevers go? To my house. To my castle, actually. Their afterlife is the Darkmoon Castle. No, they've got their own. It's probably like a sewer somewhere. It's probably like a fun little sewer. Fun little trash pile full of cheese. It's called the Far Shores for Redguards. Oh, I didn't know that, friend. Far Shores, that's very cool. I always thought it was more like Alduin was speeding up their natural resurrection process. Maybe, Zix. That's a good point. I don't know. Maybe dragons do resurrect after a certain amount of time. But if that was the case, we would have started seeing at least some signs of that after how long it's been after the Age of Dragons, right? Because all the dragons were killed in the Revolt of Man, right? Well, most of them anyway, other than Parthenax. Maybe a few others. But most of them were killed. So we would have, I think it's been millennia, so we might have seen... We would have seen some sort of signs of them coming back before then, Yeah, just hitting the apocalypse snooze button. That's what the Dragonborn did. Just a quick snooze button. Skeevern Guard. Ooh, I like that. I like that, Jackie. Skeevern Guard. What Daedric prince is responsible for cliff raisers? Hi, turkeys, hi! I think probably, in my headcanon, it's Clavicus Vile, because I hate Clavicus Vile. I think Clavicus Vile is the most annoying Daedric prince, so I think the cliff raisers belong to him. But that's just my onion. What do you guys think? I think technically it might be Kyne. I think Kyne, Cliff Racers might be Kyne based, because she's, the Lady of the Sky. I don't think anything in Mundus belongs to the Daedra, other than Daedra, right? I think, well, there are some aspects that belong to the Daedra, like Sanguine is partying, so maybe it's possible for Clavicus Vile to be the god of... Yeah, maybe. Of Cliff Racers. I never thought about it like that. That's Molag Bal. Molag Bal is not really annoying. He's just terrifying. I think there's a difference there. Have you seen the Redguard Clavicus Vile? I have not, Mr. Uncle. Didn't Alduin want to dominate the world instead of devour it? Parthenax said something about him straying from his path. Yeah, so that's the cool thing, too, is like Alduin is an aspect of Akatosh, but he is also has a separate, or he has somehow separated his will from Akatosh. So I think that's maybe why the Dragonborn is allowed to kill Alduin at all, like the gods allow him to kill Alduin, because Alduin has strayed from the path, he's strayed from his purpose. And so Akatosh is like, hey, you need to come back and get reformatted, essentially. I need that little piece of my soul to come back and get reformatted because it's being naughty. So the gods are like, all right, let's send down a Dragonborn. And that's the whole thing, right? Like, that's the reason why the Dragonborn is in Skyrim. That's why they get saved by Alduin. That's why everything happens. Yeah, for sure. What if having them all wiped out halted the resurrection until Alduin could do it? So you're saying, like, dragons can resurrect other dragons? I think only Alduin is capable of resurrecting other dragons. I don't think the dragons beneath Alduin are capable of it. I think he's like sort of top honcho. I think he's a special case. Yeah, like Akatosh's system of checks and balances, precisely. I like Sheograth too. Sheograth's one of my favorite Daedric princes. Yeah. I really want to see, you know what I would love to see more of? Vermina. I would love a DLC based around Vermina. I want to know what she's getting up to by collecting everybody's dreams and nightmares, huh? What could she possibly be doing? Is she like creating a world out of that? Like a backup Mundus, maybe? Or something in case it like gets exploded? I hate it when a piece of my soul gets naughty. Hi, Isaac. Hi. Welcome in. Yeah, come get warm by the fire. And by the fire, I mean the pool of molten lava. How you doing? Guys, do you know it's called magma when it's beneath the surface, I think? But then when it's above the surface, it's called lava. Did you know that? Maybe I got that reverse, but I think that's how it works. Akatosh, can you send me to Tamriel to destroy and renew it as part of the endless cycle? Yes. Establishes a dragon cult like a boss. Yeah, that's basically what Alduin did. He's like, I would love to go down to Mundus and, yes, reset the Kalpa for you. Of course. Haha, actually starts a cult, actually starts a cult, actually starts a cult. Enslaves all humans and elves. You make her sound like she's making the painting. I mean, we don't really know what Vermina is. All we know, I would say she's the most mysterious Daedra out of all of them, because the only thing we know about her is that she collects dreams and nightmares. And we don't know what she does with them. And that's like a point in the lore. They make a point to talk about it in the lore. They're like, yeah, Vermina, she collects your dreams and nightmares. We don't know what she does with them. We've never been able to ascertain that. She doesn't really tell anybody. Like, not even the other Daedric princes will talk about what Vermina's doing. And so that makes me think something crazy is going on there. Sithis is a Magnagi. What's that again, Krezi? I just think they're neat. Vermina, possibly. No, I don't think... I think there's something evil in there. I think she's doing something... Either something evil or something so monumentally massive. I don't know what it is. She's selling them on eBay. No, I don't think it's that. Hey, everyone needs a hobby. No one's allowed to have a hobby in the Elder Scrolls unless I know every lore detail about it. That's my hot take. No one is allowed in the Elder Scrolls to have a hobby unless I know everything about it. Could Vermina be linked to the Godhead? I mean, every Daedric prince and Adric god is linked to the Godhead, right? I don't know. I don't know what she's doing. Me personally, I think she's making a copy of Mundus for some reason, and I'm not sure why. I think she's making, like, she's trying to reconstruct Mundus from the memories, or from the dreams and the nightmares. I don't know. That's my opinion. I think she's playing house, like playing dolls with them. And that would be really creepy. That'd be really scary. She collects them like Gundams. No, she collects them and puts them on her shelf like a Hot Wheels collection. For what? For what reason? That doesn't make any sense. They wouldn't just collect. She wouldn't just collect. Every single Daedric prince is doing something freaky. You know it. I know it. Every single Daedric prince is doing something active to undermine Mundus. The Aetheric God's creation Mundus. They're doing something to undermine it. So Vermina has to be doing something. The Magna Gay were the spirits that left the void before convention with Magnus. Oh, the Magna Gay. Yes, that's what you were saying. Hey, I didn't know who Magnagi were. She's making a scrap. She's not making a scrapbook. She's doing something evil in there, man. Sothasil is the guy with Gundams. True. That is true. Out of all of the characters in the Elder Scrolls, I think Sothasil is the guy with... Sothasil is inside his own mind palace, and he's pretending he's a Gundam pilot, a giant robot pilot. He's having fun in there. Let him have his fun. Personally, the way that I played Morrowind, I think Sothasil is definitely still alive somewhere. I think he's hacked into he probably made himself a plane of Aetherius. Like, he probably made himself an afterlife, essentially, with all of his Dwarven, circuit boards and stuff. He made himself like a digital afterlife, and it became an afterlife. So I think he's there. In my personal opinion, I think he escaped there before he died. Sothasil became a VTuber, yeah. He found the console. Yeah, he found the console commands. He TLC'd his way out of there before that doofus killed him. What's her name? Sothasil. Alexia. There we go. He definitely TLC commanded before she got to him. That's my opinion. That's my opinion! Yeah, he's on some Ghost in the Shell business for sure. He didn't just go out like that. He learned the Fortify Intelligence loop. I still don't know that loop, guys. I'm kind of like embarrassingly bad at breaking Skyrim. I usually, or even Oblivion, I usually just play it pretty straight. I play it straight, I get overpowered the natural way. We should devote a couple streams to learning the loops and the silly goofs and gags. I do know about the alchemy way to break Skyrim. I've done that once or twice, the alchemy breaking. But I've never really done much Oblivion breaking or any Skyrim breaking outside of that. If you ever stream Skyrim, we can teach you the resto loop. Yeah, teach me the resto loop. That'd be awesome. That'd be great. So the Sill in ESO actually looks like one VTuber I know. Oh, he's an ESO? No way. We gotta play ESO again. Vermina sells people's dreams like brain dances in Cyberpunk. To who, Fruits? To who? You don't understand. Hotties, you don't get it. What? Even if she was to sell it or collect it, who is it for? She's doing this for some reason. There's a purpose. There's no modus operandi to Vermina. And I need to know it. I need to learn it. Who would she sell it to? Like intergalactic gods? She's not selling it to other mortals because no mortal has been approached by her. It's a whole DLC. Oh, wow. She's doing it for the love of the game. That's somehow worse. That would be somehow worse if she's only doing it for the love of the game. To not be bored. Okay, that I'll buy. To not be bored, I'll buy. But that seems too chaotic. Hermaeus Mora. No, he's doing his own thing, though. Usually, Daedric princes do not work together. Especially with their intended goals. You bought some from her the other day. No, you didn't, Papa. You're lying. You're gaslighting. The VTuber Skypothesis has great vanilla builds and anniversary edition builds. What's Skypothesis? I've never heard about that, Oathbreaker. Vivek, incomprehensible 50-page occult scripture. Yeah, so what? Vivek's big dream was to become a god. When he couldn't do that, he wrote a book instead. Like every self-help guru, when he couldn't achieve enlightenment, he just wrote a book about it and made money. Or in this case, cult followers. The spell creation Oblivion has goofy things like needing to buff some enemies' magicka. Yeah, there's a lot of... I would say I think Oblivion's breakage relies on a lot of parasitism. It's like a lot of, boost an NPC and then drain from them, which is really interesting. But Skyrim is mostly self-fueled, if I remember correctly. Like, you can do it by yourself. You don't need an NPC. Hi, Richu. Thank you for the sneak. My boy Marin's Dagon would never do anything bad. He did try to take a giant power drill to Brumazik, so I don't know about all that. You might need the dreams because she doesn't have the imagination. Well, but then that doesn't make any sense. She's a god. She's essentially a god. All of the Daedra, there's no Daedra that doesn't have like its own personality. Even the Aedra have their own personality. We just don't see it very often. Like the Daedra, if anybody doesn't have a person, if we consider that the Aedra and Daedra are inverses of each other, right? And the Daedra obviously have very prominent personalities. Like everyone is very different from the next. I guess that would mean maybe the Aedra, if we look at it from an inverse perspective, maybe the Daedra are allowed to have personalities, or maybe, and then the Aedra maybe don't, or have less personalities. Maybe like their personalities aren't really allowed to show that much as an Aedra. Because remember, they're inverses of each other. They're always, as above, so below is very much the idea. Aleister Crowley type beat is very much the inspiration for a lot of Michael Kirkbride's stuff, right? So if we look at it from that perspective, where as above, so below is like one of the guiding principles of Tamriel, then Daedra have personalities and maybe Aedra don't, or not as strong of personalities, Maybe she's using the dreams to try and milk the concept she is unable to feel. The thing with Daedra is I think they're able to feel everything. Again, like I think, like Sheograth is able to say that it hurts when he gets turned into Jiggalag, right? Like he's able to communicate that they do feel pain and they do feel like fear. Like Sheograth feels fear as he's turning into Jiggalag. He feels, they're capable of feeling 100%, feeling and imagining and concepting. They're basically humans, just super powered. And also like wildly out of touch. But I don't know. I think she's recreating Mundus Xanarkin style. That's my opinion. That's my opinion! Jiggalag is a little lacking in imagination these days. True, Chunky, very true. He'll be back someday. He's not gone forever. Which is why I also think things like the Heart of Lorcan, not that I know what that is, haha, doesn't look behind me. That's why I think the Heart of Lorcan isn't truly gone either. I think anything that relates to the gods is never truly destroyed. It just gets recycled, you know? It gets recycled. It comes back eventually. So Jiggalag will come back eventually, so will the Heart of Lorcan. That's just how it works. I hope there's Jiggalag quests in ES6. Yeah, I would like to see like a hint of Jiggalag. I think we've spent a lot of time in Oblivion focusing on his story, so I would like to see other Daedra stories, but I would like to see a little hinty poo, you know? Like, I would like to see a little reference. He's making a fantasy LLM. No, not the fantasy pyramid scheme. No, she's not doing a pyramid scheme with the nightmares, I promise. She's doing something different, I just don't know what. I wish he was in Skyrim, yeah. A little mention would have been nice. Do we ever get much direct interaction with Aedra in the games? Do we ever get direct interaction with the Aedra? No, and I think, again, I think that's the inverse. At least not that I can think of. Do you guys... I don't think we've ever had a god directly talk to us in the games. But I think that's also the inverse of the Daedra, right? Like, the Daedra are constantly communicating with mortals. And I think the inverse is that the Aedra don't, right? Excuse me. Wolf? Oh, wait, we do get an interaction in Morrowind from the old man who gives us the lucky coin. Wait a minute. We do. In Morrowind. We meet Talos, basically. We meet Talos in Morrowind. Because he gives us the coin. I think that's one of the very few times that we are ever given, like, direct interaction. Yeah. Thank you for the pet, Sakiko. Thank you. Huh. Yeah, he was a manifestation of Talos, yeah. I don't, again, like, here's the thing. If Akatosh can shard himself, right, and turn himself into Alduin, and the dragons were all shards of Akatosh, it's weird. It's like, how do we quantify the ability to interact with a god? How do we quantify the ability to interact with the Aedra? Do we mean the god itself, like Talos comes, or are we talking is like, do we count a manifestation of the god, not necessarily the god itself, right? The Aedra are very much like, they send down manifestations, but the Daedra speak to us directly, right? So I'm not really sure. I don't know. I think technically us meeting Talos's avatar at Red Mountain, like right before the Ghost Gate, I think that's the closest we get in the games that I can remember. At least. Maybe there's another one I forgot, but Talos, Zenithar, and Mara are in Morrowind in the Cult Quest. Oh, I never did those, Ziv. Oh, interesting. Huh. Are they the gods, or are they're like manifestations of them? No, I said shard. I didn't say shard. Stop. I didn't say shard. I said shard with a D. Da 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 da. Daru's Sandstorm with a D. I don't know much about the Elder Scrolls lore apart from Skyrim. So is Mehrunes Dagon the Lord of the Deadlands in the normal Elder Scrolls lore? Because he is in Elder Scrolls Online. Oh, is he, Mr. Fitz? That's interesting. So Mehrunes Dagon, technically... So the interesting thing about Oblivion is, in Oblivion, the game, you go to Mehrunes Dagon's realm, which is called Oblivion. But Oblivion also refers to just like the plane that belongs to the Daedra, where the Daedra live. There's Aetherius, there's Mundus, Aetherius where the Aedra live, and then there's Mundus where the mortals live, and then there's Oblivion where the Daedra live. So I think Oblivion's writing kind of gets a little bit intentionally vague, because in Oblivion they don't refer to his realm as the Deadlands, they just refer to Oblivion as Oblivion, right? So at least as far as I know, I don't really know, I don't remember in Oblivion anybody referring to what you go through in the gates as Oblivion. They don't call it, they call it Oblivion and not the Deadlands. So it's called the Deadlands, yes, but for some reason in Oblivion they don't call it the Deadlands, they just refer to it as Oblivion. So I don't know. I don't know. Maybe, here's a thought, guys. Mehrunes Dagon, where we go to, might not be Mehrunes Dagon's realm, right? It might just be Oblivion. It might not be the dead. I don't know. It's very vague. As a kid, that always confused me, and even now it confuses me. But basically, Mehrunes Dagon, so every single Daedra has a realm inside of Oblivion, right? Just like every there's an afterlife for every sort of species up in Aetherius. There's also an Oblivion realm for each of the princes. And so Deadlands, I assume, is Mehrunes Dagon's. But it's weird because it's only ever referred to as Oblivion in the game, which is wild. It sounds better for the game. Oh, yeah, mortals might generalize it as Oblivion. Yeah, that's true. Martin might have. Oh, maybe Martin did. That makes sense. Okay. Molag Bal is the ruler of Cold Harbor. That's right. I remember Cold Harbor is Molag Bal's. Yeah. So, yeah, Mehrunes Dagon's has to be the Deadlands then, but they didn't refer to that. They didn't refer to it as the Deadlands in Oblivion for some reason, which is very confusing. Very confusing. Meridia gave me bacon. Oh, I may have misread that. The bacon of Meridia. What would it taste like? Probably delicious, huh? Probably sparkly. A new hand touches the bacon. Every time I see a VTuber friend, I think recently Pillow Deer was playing Skyrim for the first time, and so I popped in and I was like, a new hand touches the beacon, and then I just left. I didn't say anything else. I was like, I hope you're enjoying Skyrim. A new hand touches the beacon. It was awesome. It was pretty fun. But I always like it when VTubers play, an Elder Scrolls game for the first time, because I can lurk and be a creep and be like, hey, I'm here. You've summoned me by playing an Elder Scrolls game. What's up? That's a Vi thing to do. Yeah, that's a me thing to do. Very true. I can imagine mortals only vaguely knowing knowledge of the Oblivion realm, so they generalize the whole place. Yeah, probably, definitely. Yeah, probably baffled. She was very baffled. I'm very sure she was confused. Some realms in Oblivion just kind of exist as though like a soul cairn. That is true, Kishi. There's some fragmentation of Oblivion that are just generalized planes of Oblivion rather than like a soul cairn type thing. Which means, hey guys, fun fact, if we apply our principles, if there's soul cairns, which is it's like a realm where souls go, basically. You can play Skyrim and you can play the Dawnguard. I think it's Dawnguard DLC, and then you get to see what a soul cairn looks like. But if there's if we follow the logic, right? If there's soul cairns in Oblivion, then that means there's also some in Aetherius. There's probably an equivalent or something very close to it in Aetherius, if you think about it. What could it look like? Would you count the whole thing with Shezareen and Knights of the Nine a direct interaction? The Shezareen. I still need to read about the Shezareen. I don't know. The Knights of the Nine is really interesting. A really interesting lore bit. Maybe. I mean, if the Shezareen is an aspect of one of the Aedra, if it's an aspect, then yes, that technically counts, I suppose. But isn't the Shezareen like a Nerevarine? Like, everybody who meets the Nerevarine is not meeting an aspect. They're meeting an aspect of Nerevar. But Nerevar is not a god. I don't know. In Aetherius, they're the soul condos. Yeah, like fancy soul condos. I always thought of Oblivion like the Abyss in D&D. That's a good analogy. Okay. I hate that place. Vylett would love it. It's very purple. I do like the Soul Cairn bit. I think the horse that you get in Soul Cairn is freaking awesome. It looks like this awesome ghost horse. I think any powerful mage could probably make a small peel-off shard of Oblivion and make it their own. Yeah, I think so too. I think probably, like Manny Marco, I would say Manny Marco's probably successfully made a small piece of his own realm. You know, I think that there are probably mages throughout, like definitely, what are they called? Shoot. The guys in Skyrim that take the orb. I can't remember names today, Hottie, sorry. What are their names? The guy that takes the orb. the Magi that exist out of time. Oh, Sijic, there we go. Okay, so the Sijic order has definitely definitely created a realm outside of Mundus for themselves, right? Like, that's where they're teleporting in from. I don't know if it's Oblivion. I don't know if it's Aetherius. I would assume it's Oblivion, since that's easier for mages to access than Aetherius. I think Aetherius is kind of like a walled, very, very secluded plane versus Oblivion. Oblivion's very accessible via, you know, magi, via mages and stuff like that. So, yeah, the orb takers, that's them. Yeah, the guys. And Kano. No, not him. He wants to be Psijic so bad, but he will never be Psijic. So yeah, so the Psijic are definitely, have definitely carved out a plane of existence for themselves outside of Mundus, which implicitly implies that they must have made an area for themselves in Oblivion. I severely doubt it is Aetherius. I severely doubt it's a plane of Aetherius. Although, you never know. Maybe it is. Maybe that's why they're so powerful. I'm not sure. Yeagar Tharn made a demi-plane of Oblivion to keep Uriel Septimin. Wow, that's cool, Nano. I think those guys are a bonk. I can 100% be trusted to do stuff with it. Yeah, you guys, okay, if you had the Orb of the Magus, the Orb of the Magus, what is it called? Freaking, it's the mage guy. You know what I mean. It's the Orb of Magus. If you guys had it, what would you do with it? Because I would kick it around like a ball in a soccer field. I think I would do that for a bit. And then I think I would take it to like the top of Times Square and then drop it like the New Year's ball, and then just see what happened. Oh, I have Magnus. Thank you, Magnus. Magnus. I called him Magus. I forgot one letter. You're on the Isle of Artaeum. Yes, but is the Isle of Artaeum outside of Mundus? Yes, which means it's an Oblivion. Yeah, I don't know if the Aedra would... That's what I'm saying, Repscon. I don't think the Aedra would tolerate their presence either. I think Aetherius is very different from Oblivion. I don't think people can just come and go as they please. Play fetch with Alduin. Oh, that would be cute. I would successfully become like a god with... Yeah, but what are your steps, Bap? You can't just say I would successfully become like a god. You gotta tell us, how do you achieve Kim with the Eye of Magnus? If you tried to kick the Eye of Magnus, it would destroy your foot in non-Euclidean ways. Awesome! Now I got a non-Euclidean foot. Cool. They made their own little magic pocket sort of halfway between Mundus and Oblivion. Well, that's the question too, Chunky. If that's the case, then is there an in-between? Is there a realm in between Mundus and Oblivion? Is there, like, we know about the barrier between worlds, right? Like, Martin talks a lot about it in Oblivion. Is it an actual barrier? Is it a place you can go, that barrier? I'm not sure. I personally, my opinion, I think it's just a barrier. I don't think you can live and exist inside of it. I think it's like, you're either in Mundus or you're in Oblivion, or you're in Aetherius. And I think that barrier is very, very strong, right? Which is why the Daedra, you know, are trying so hard to break it, and they have to do all those convoluted stuff to break that barrier. I don't think that mages, if the Daedra can't break through that barrier, and like with all the power they have, I don't think that mages can successfully live for any extended period of time within that barrier. I think they're either in Oblivion or in Mundus, one of the two. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I would simply get good. They probably made their own version of the Battle Spire. I don't know what that is. What's the Battle Spire? There's a moment which you're moving between the two. Maybe they could stabilize. I'm not sure though. That would take a lot. That would take something huge. That would take a huge... If the Daedra can't even move through that barrier, I think it would take a really huge magical artifact to get that done. Right? Like, it would have to be something massive, like on the level of the Heart of Lorkhan, or like the level of maybe like an Eye of Magnus, or maybe a combined artifact, right? It would have to be something really big. Hi, History, welcome in. Do you think the Dwemer are still alive in another dimension? They could be. They could be. They could be like in a limbo situation. I like to think they're in a limbo situation. But if they're not, they probably are dead. It's either one or the other. Welcome in. I would put the Eye of Magnus in front of the TV. Okay, what would you put on the TV, Ankylosaurus? And please say the right answer. The Food Channel with Guy Fieri on it. Thank you. It would have to be something even bigger than the Eye of Magnus, right? It would have to be... Because, like, the Daedra and Aedra are theoretically equally powerful. Theoretically, they're equally powerful. The reason why the Aedra are a little bit more powerful is because Mundus was made with them. their parts, their body, essentially. Remember, Lorcan stole a whole bunch of body parts, aka power. He stole a bunch of, well, not stole. Well, he did steal. He borrowed a bunch of the Aedra's power, right? So Mundus is created with the Aedra's bodies, or the Aedra's power, which means that they obviously would have more influence over Mundus because it's literally made with their bodies and their power. Whereas the Daedra, there is no plane like Mundus. Nobody gathered all the Daedric power and made a plane. You know, oh, maybe that's Oblivion. Maybe the plane of Oblivion is what they made. But nobody's made like a plane out of all of the combined Daedra and created their own thing, right? So Mundus, it would make sense that to the perspective of somebody from Mundus, of course the Aedra have more power over Mundus because it was literally made with their power, right? And that's why the Daedra are always trying to like mess it up, because I think the Daedra are jealous that there's like a whole world that exists made out of the Aedra. I think they want it, right? I think they're jealous that it got made. They think it's cool and awesome, and they want to mess it up, you know? But yeah, so to us in the games, it seems like the Aedra are more powerful because the world is made out of them, right? And the Daedra kind of are seen as weaker because they're trying to interfere with Mundus, but the only reason they're weaker is because Mundus is not made of the Daedra, it's made of the Aedra. So the Daedra presence is weaker. It's weaker. Even if they do manifest, it's much weaker, right? Because it's not made from them. Anyway, sorry. What was I saying? Anyway, you guys see where I'm going with this, right? The Daedra and Aedra are directly as powerful as each other. That's been confirmed. Like, they are the same. They are the same power levels. It's just that on Mundus, the Aedra look a little bit more powerful from our perspective, right? Hi, Mikkel. Welcome in. Thank you for the first time chat. We're yapping about lore. Welcome. Welcome to Red Mountain. Dwemer are thrown through time like Alduin. Oh, maybe. That could be cool, too. Hi, 28 Jugs. Welcome in. You gotta have the stomach of Magnus. Yeah. The Eye of Magnus can be drained constantly to fuel it, while the Daedric Prince want out and conquer Tamriel. They wouldn't have enough power to do both. I think in general, the Daedra, they will never be able to overtake Mundus. I think because it's just, their influence on Mundus will always be weaker because it's not made from them. It's made from the Aedra, right? The most they can do is corrupt it, right? The most they can do is try and like mess it up because they're jealous of it, and they're like, I don't want the Aedra to have the thing. That's too awesome. I also think just the existence of Mundus kind of tips the balance, right? If we think about it again, as the Aedra and Daedra are two equally powerful opposing forces, the scales are perfectly balanced. When it's just the Aedra, when it's just Oblivion and just Aetherius, the scales are perfectly balanced. But then Lorcan had to throw everything off by creating Mundus. So now there's more Aedric influence. There's more Aedric influence than there is Daedric. And like, if you think about it, the Kalpas are necessary to maintain that balance sometimes, right? It's like, we got to raise everything because we need at least a couple, you know, existential micro milliseconds of the world not existing. Otherwise, everything would go kaput because it's not balanced properly, right? Like, Mundus has to be destroyed for many different reasons, but also because the balance is thrown off, like, while Mundus exists, if that makes sense. Anyway, Hugh Mundus, thank you. Hugh Mundus. Imagine if the background of Elder Scrolls 6 is what's set for the Dwemer when the Dwemer land after being thrown forward in time. That would be wild. Imagine the Dwemer coming up against the Thalmor. I think the Dwemer could crush the Thalmor. And I think, honestly, that would be so cool to have, like, in Elder Scrolls 6, have the Thalmor be the big bad guys, and then have the Dwemer come in. Like, we save the Dwemer, we bring them back, and then they start hopping in their giant robots and, like, crushing the Thalmor. I think that would be so awesome. What if the Dwemer are like, all right, time to get a freaking giant robot. What's that thing? I forget what it's called again. You know what it's called. Why can't I remember any names today? What's that big thing called? Giant robot. Morrowind. Oh, the new medium. Thank you. Gosh, I can't remember any names today. Sorry about that, Hotties. What if the dwarves come back and are like, all right, you know what the solution to the Thalmor is? A new medium. Thanks. Hi, Thalian, welcome in. I thought the Daedra were getting weaker because Mundus was draining them over time, and this is why the Daedra are able to manifest in Mundus more and more. Maybe, Thalian. That's a really good theory. Welcome in. Thank you for the first time chat. We could also, I mean, the presence of the barrier is kind of something that is really emphasized a lot in Oblivion, and that is, a lot of the Daedra refer to the barrier as the only thing that's keeping them from coming into Mundus. So I think Oblivion rewrites a lot of that sort of idea. The barrier is what holds everything, like, you know, the barrier between is what holds the Daedra back from Mundus. I think on a base level, the Daedra are just not able to interact with Mundus because it's not their own, right? It's not made from them. On a base level, I don't, even if the Daedra are getting weaker, Mundus is still, if Mundus is made from the Daedra, then the Daedra are Mundus, and therefore Mundus, as long as the Daedra exists, Mundus will exist, and vice versa, right? Which is, I think, why the Daedra are maybe also wanting to destroy it, is because, like, if they destroy Mundus, then that will leave the Daedra very, very weakened, and then they might be able to sweep in and, like, do something. I don't know. Tip the balance again. I'm not sure. Because it worked so well it worked so well the first time, didn't it? They'll do better this time. I mean, it's just a very video game writing thing to do, right? The new medium, it completely, you know, zapped them to another plane, but we got to do it again or else everybody dies, right? It's a very video game thing to be like, all right, we got to do it again, fellas. Come on, let's go. Dwarves come back from the ground and start talking about fusion and believing in yourself. They believe it. Can you imagine if, like, the Dwemer become like orcs from 40K? It's like anything they believe becomes real. They're like, all right, well, we've seen the edge of the world. We've seen the tower and the wheel. We were out there for a long time, and we've seen things that are pretty crazy. And now we're just sort of the orcs, and whatever we think kind of manifests. That would be interesting. I would like that. The barrier is time-based since it was made by Akatosh. Maybe time is the barrier, right? Like, maybe linear time is the barrier itself. Because, right, like, time is a construct, you know? Time is both a concept and a construct. So I wouldn't be surprised if, like, linear time is the reason why is the barrier itself. Does that make sense? Oh my god, I think I just blew my own mind. I think linear time kind of divvies up chaos, right? Like, time forces chaos to march forward and backward in a way that makes sense. Yeah, we're getting really existential with this. What if the barrier is the wheel, man? Like, what if the barrier is the wheel? Maybe the barrier is the wheel when you look at it sideways, right? Like, maybe the barrier is the tower is the wheel. Maybe the towers are spokes of the barrier that are poking through reality, right? Like, I don't know, man. Because, like, time will, when Kalpas change, when the world ends and the Kalpas change, time will essentially collapse in on itself, right? And the universe collapses in on itself, and reality collapses in on itself. And so the towers are the only place that are safe. But what if that is because it is time? It is literally time. The tower is the wheel. Anyway, I'm just yapping now. Did I lose you guys? I think I lost myself with that one. Yeah, time is motion and motion is chaos. Precisely. Time is an illusion. Lunchtime, doubly so. Oh, I like that quote, Jeff. I like that one. How does sharding fit into all this? Sharding does not. There's no such thing as sharting in the Elder Scrolls. Nobody sharts in Tamriel. Nobody sharts on Mundus. Nobody sharts in Aetherius. Nobody sharts in Oblivion. All right? Shut the hell up about sharding. Oh my god. Anyway, a lot to think about today, guys. It's a lot to stink about. Especially if we're sharding. Stop talking. Stop making me say unsafe things on this channel. I'm gonna riot. I'm gonna start hucking you in the volcano behind me. Stop it. The elders shut up. Shut up. Don't make me crash out. You wouldn't like Daddy when he's crashing out. The S in TAS stands for shard. No, it doesn't. Hi, Blaze. Welcome in. Nords, you can't prove that. Welcome in. Hi. The Wabbajack might cause it. Hi, Cavi. Hi. Yeah, Wabbajack probably definitely causes, now that I think about it. Me first. All right, get in, Hotties. All right, get in. Go on. Here, I'll lean to the side. Jump in. Yippee! I'm so lost with everything that has been said in the last 30 minutes. Sorry, guys. Sorry. If you're not like a big lore head, I apologize. I hope you like the sound of me yapping, I guess. I guess that's all you have going for you at this point. If you don't understand the lore, I'm really sorry. I don't understand it either. I just like talking about it with you guys. Anyway, we talked enough about the Elder Scrolls. It's time to talk about the important things. Like what I want to do with my January. Oh, next week. Hotties, next week. Play any more Guild Wars lately? No, I don't have time. Unfortunately, I do not have time for recreational gaming these days, which is really sad. The only time I get to play video games is with you. And so that's why, what's part of the reason why I think that streaming is such a special time for me and why I get so energized by it is because these days I'm such a busy wolf that the only time I have to play video games is with you. So, yeah, that's how it is. Next week, okay, so next week we are playing the Muppet Treasure Island 3-disc PC Windows 98 game, which I'm really excited for on Tuesday. I also have a couple surprises for you, which I'm not going to say, but we have a couple surprises coming up. Some cool technical things that I'm working on. I'm trying to get some Beat Saber. I think I'm going to have the Beat Saber mornings be kind of a Garula stream. I don't really do Garula streams that often, but I think the Beat Sabers are going to be Garula streams from now on. I'm going to the gym. I'm going to go peek my head in and see how busy it is tomorrow. But I have a sneaking suspicion it might be way too busy for me. So, yeah, so the Garula streams, Beat Saber Garula streams, I think will be happening this week and the next coming week. And yeah, I'm really excited for that. But yeah, I'm working on something really technical for Saturday, which I think will be really cool. I think you guys will really enjoy it. If you guys like trains, I know a lot of you perked up immediately when I said that. You're like, oh, it's me. I'm old. I love trains. I'm old and acoustic, me. I will be doing a train-based theme next week as well, which will be really, really fun. If you like trains, it'll be really cool. Guild Wars Wednesday. No, I haven't had time to play Guild Wars. You're listening while cleaning my PC? Let's go, Johnny. Nice. Get that thing all sparkly clean. My eyes widened. Awesome. Perfect. Your eyes widened and your irises like expanded. Yeah, like you saw something you liked. Thomas the Train RP. No, I don't think I could pull off the Thomas the Train RP voice, to be honest. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting January for sure. But yeah, so I've got that on the line. Really excited for that. Excited for more 3D karaoke, which I think we're gonna be having a 3D karaoke next week. Which should be, I think the theme of the karaoke next week is gonna be 90s songs. So I'm gonna get like a really grungy, I'm gonna get some grungy stuff going. Maybe I can see if I can find like a plaid shirt somewhere, a plaid shirt asset, and get really 90s with it. So yeah, we're having a 3D karaoke next week. A cool train-based thing, and Muppet Treasure Island. In between all our regular stuff, obviously. Yeah, Fallout New Vegas is coming back next week, for sure. He's a tank engine. What does that mean? What's the difference? Tank engine, isn't that a train? Choo Choo Charles. Ooh. That's the scary guy with the teeth, right? That's the freaky, scary guy with the teeth. Yeah, imagine being a 90s kid. Yeah, imagine. Imagine. Hashtag imagine. We're going back to the past. We are. So yeah, lots of fun things queued up. I know that January is like a really dreary month for a lot of people. So I want to keep it really light and happy and chill and like normal, and you know, like January is pretty tough. So I'm gonna do my best to create a lot of interesting stuff for you guys so that you don't get, you know, that I can energize you. Yeah. Actually, I kind of want to do a fondue thing. You guys know Eltzweir fondue? It's the thing from Skyrim where it's like made with moon sugar. I kind of want to do a fondue hand cam. So I've been looking for fondue pots. If you guys have any recommendations. Oh, speaking of which one of you rats recommended to me 50... Hold on. I need to look at this. Okay, I can't find it. One of you rats recommended on my throne. So on my throne, you can recommend gifts, right? You can like suggest gifts. And one of you recommended 50 plastic toothbrushes. Something like that. Like a pack set of 58 plastic toothbrushes. And then said, can't be too careful. Hey, I'll have you know I stopped brushing my teeth with my finger yesterday, okay? I got a toothbrush yesterday. That's right. That's right. Yeah, I don't need 58 plastic toothbrushes. I have one. Just because I brushed my teeth with my finger, just because I accidentally threw away my brush head, doesn't mean you get to suggest to me 58 plastic toothbrushes and then say just in case. Doofus. You're supposed to change once a month. I know. I should. You're right. But like there's not 58 months in a year. Why would you suggest 58 toothbrushes? Yeah, my teeth feel good now. It's actually pretty nice. My teeth feel good. I thought it was 50 Shades. No, if you guys recommended 50 Shades to me, I would ban you from my throne. I don't even know if that's possible, if I can ban recommendations for certain people. I don't think it is, but I would ban you. I would find a way. I would, like, email the throne team. I would abuse my power and be like, hey, this person, kill them. Kill them, throne team, kill them. You need one toothbrush per tooth. Wait, how many teeth do humans have? Wait, how many teeth do you guys have in your head? I've never actually thought about that. How many ding-dang little toofies do you have in there? Like, on average. Should I suggest some soap or body wash? No, I have soap. I have soap. Yeah, electric toothbrushes are pretty... Once you get used to them, they're pretty nice. But I do like normal ones, too. 1, 2, 3, 4, and rising. You're growing them right now, Bab? Is it 30? 32. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of 32s. At least a few. Thank you. Thank you, Meteor. Yeah, I knew that. 38? Okay, so maybe like in the 30s. I have 100. Oh, wait, in my head? Yeah, not the teeth that you guys collect. Like, not the teeth you collect every so often. I mean the teeth that you have currently in your mouth hole. Not the teeth you collect in your fist like a greedy little tooth fairy. Like a weird, freaky little tooth guy. I meant the ones you have in your head, doofuses. 28 without wisdom. Okay. All of my teeth are in my head. Yeah, that's something to be thankful for sure, Brass. I looked it up, it's 32. Google says wolves have 42. Yeah, so I get an extra one. I get extra cool, awesome teeth. The average should be 30. I like how you say should be, Otosan. Like, you know some hotties in here are, like, little freaks who have collected teeth. Or maybe you guys have, like, too many. Maybe you got too many for your small. I know a lot of girls who had to get their teeth removed because their mouth was, like, just too small in general. Yeah, that was a thing. 28? Oh, you just counted right now? Nice. Yeah, guys, open your mouth. Start counting. Put your fingers in there. Start counting. The teeth we collect from our fallen enemies. No, the teeth you have growing in your head. The teeth you have growing in your head. Teeth George is an outlier. Yeah, Teeth's George has 762 teeth in his mouth. And he should not be considered for this study. I still got my wisdom teeth. Not as big as. I still have my top wisdom teeth. I still have the top ones. The bottom ones are gone, though. I'm missing 4. Oh. Hi, Emery. Welcome in. Hi. I had a few wisdom teeth removed because they weren't wise, actually. Oh, they were doofus teeth. Got it. I had a 25th, but the dentist stole it. What did he do with it, Roscoe? Did he, like, plunk it down on the tray? And he was like, haha, I stole your tooth. And then he ran out the door. That's what I imagine. Like, what do dentists do with teeth? Do they throw them away? I imagine they, like, cup them in their hands lovingly and then bring them home and put them in a glass case, you know? That's what my imagination says. Or maybe they, like, grind them down into powder for bread or something. You know. Just hashtag just dentist things. Just dentist things. Build a new medium? No way. Scrimshaw. What's Scrimshaw? What's that, Crude? They grind them down to a fine powder and what? My dentist is hopped up on powdered teeth. You better watch out. Use them in taxidermy. No way. Taxidermy for who? Humans? What taxidermy? Animals don't have human teeth. Who are we taxidermying? Huh? A lot of troubling lines of thought going on in the chat tonight. It's a grind down thing. Oh. I should get my wisdom teeth removed, but yeah, dentures are really expensive, Touch. I feel that. They're so expensive, man. I heard somebody blended and ate their wisdom teeth. Blech. Blech. Scrimshaw is carving art onto bone. Oh, that's cool, Groot. I had no idea that's what it was called. Apes do, sort of. No, because do apes have canines? Oh, they do have canines. Okay, so maybe, like, yeah, maybe ape taxidermy. Museums kind of do that, don't they? What, human taxidermy? No, they don't. Guys, taxidermy is when you fill up the skin of something to make it look like it's still alive. Do you mean replications of, like, do you mean like models, scale models of humans? Do you mean like fake models? They don't taxidermy real humans in museums, guys. No, they don't. Those are wax. Those are like wax and stuff. Those aren't taxidermied. Humans are also animals. That is true, Banto. But they don't taxidermy humans in the museums. The ones that you see that are like, this is the Homo sapien. Those are wax. Do mummies count as taxidermy? Ooh. No, because you're not trying to make it look like it's alive again. You're just trying to preserve it. People out here sharing some secrets. Yeah, Bailey, we're getting some secrets shared today, huh? Thank you for the actually. It's not real people under the wax. It's not real people in the museum. When you see a museum models of like Homo sapiens and stuff, that's not real people in there, guys. That's my Uncle Jerry. Okay, well, tell Jerry to get out of there. That's what they want you to think. They do have human museums. Yes, they do have human museums, but like museums on average do not employ human taxidermists. Someone didn't see the documentary House of Wax. Isn't that a horror movie? That's not a documentary. You're trying to rage bait me. Yeah, there are definitely, guys, we're talking about regular museums. We're not talking about human museums that are kind of freaky and wild. We're not talking about those. I know that those exist. I'm talking about the regular museums that kids go to look at the funny dinosaurs, the dinosaur animatronics that go, rah! The museums with dinosaur animatronics do not have taxidermied humans in them, okay? That's just regular wax models, okay? Maybe they use real teeth, maybe, possibly. Spinach, thank you for the reset for 11 months. Clearly you haven't been to my museum, and hopefully I never will. Thank you so much, Spinach, for the support. I really appreciate that. Arigato. Arigato gozaimasu. Thank you. Enjoy those emotes. Yes, we're not talking about the humans. Guys, we're not talking about the human traveling exhibit, okay? We're talking about the museum that's stationed in every single major city that you take your kids to on a Saturday when you have nothing else to do, and you pay a little ticket for your kids to go in and look at the dinosaurs and play with, like, the science part where they're like, ooh, gravity, a bowling ball and a feather fall at the same time, like, and they teach them things. We're talking about degular museums. Regular. Yes, there's usually like a prehistoric area and they're like, oh, this is what humans look like after the dinos. And that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about human museums, guys. I'm not talking about those. Any museumologists in chat? Yeah. Is there anybody here, please God, that works at a museum with a taxidermied human? Welcome to the Buffalo Bill Museum. Silence of the Lambs reference. That's horrifying, Jeff. That's horrifying to think about. Yeah, and then you crush a penny in the weird gear machine. Yeah. The degular ones. The degular old museums, guys. Vylett getting kicked out of museums for gnawing on the dino bones. I would simply never. Most of those are plaster replicas anyway. You guys know that, right? Most of the bones they have on display are plaster replicas unless it's specifically stated otherwise. Because people get crazy with it. They know that people will get crazy with it. I have a human zoo. No, you don't. Why are you lying? I'm gonna free them all. I'm gonna free them. I'm gonna gnaw on the bars. I'm gonna free them. Like Night in the Museum. I've actually never seen Night at the Museum. Should I watch it? Is it good? Is that the one with Adam Sandler as like a museum cop? Which one is that? Can we taxidermy a museum? Yeah, if you want. Feel free, Hotties. I would love to see it. It's honestly really good. Should we watch it? Should we start doing watch-alongs for members? I think we might. I think we might. Usually I just have yapping streams for you guys. We members usually get extra 3D yapping streams. But if you guys want to do watch-alongs, we totally can. Night at the Museum is decent. Okay, maybe we should watch it then. Huh. Why is Will Bite You auto-modded? That's interesting. Auto-mod? You got something against biting people? I know a certain red lady that would hate that. Once a month movie watch-along? Okay. We can maybe fit that in somewhere for members. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be cool. If you taxidermy a human falling off a horse and they're frozen in space, is that horse really still a horse? What? What? Diet what? What? What happened to the horse? You didn't even... You said if you taxidermy a human falling off a horse. Just the human, not the horse? That's just gonna be a guy. That's just a guy experiencing death. Does a mummy qualify? No, because you're taxidermy. You're trying to make them look like they're alive, and mummies definitely don't look alive. William Bites You. Imagine having Bites You as the last name. Can't imagine that. Bites You and Bites You. William chomps a lot. It stops being a horse when the human is separated from it. Oh, so you're saying no? It doesn't stop being a horse. It's still a horse. All right, let's do a fun little experiment. Let's do a fun little psychological, fun little ponderous experiment today. If a horse if it looks like a horse, okay, has all the parts of a horse, is it not a horse? If it's not ridden, it's not a horse. That's not true. Horses can exist when they're not being ridden, guys. What if they're the mummies from the hit 1997 cartoon, Mummies Alive? Never seen it. That sounds like old people. That sounds like a cartoon for olds. You guys are talking about old stuff again. What the heck? It could be a pony. No. No. A horse. Okay, not all ponies are horses, but all... No, wait, I got that mixed up. Not all horses are ponies, but all ponies are horses. It's a square and rectangle situation with those two. But it's only a horse if someone can die by riding it. No! No, okay. You got... Oh, I see what you guys are saying. No. I'm saying that other things are horses if you can fall off it and die, right? If you can ride something, fall off it and die. This is my big theory, everyone. If you can ride something and fall off it and die, then it's a horse. That thing is technically a horse. But horses are always horses. Those are always horses, no matter if somebody's riding them or not. Other things can be horses, but horses is always horses. You dig? Horses is horses, dog. What about zebras and donkeys? Those are not horses. You're not saying... Okay. A zebra's a horse. No! A zebra's a zebra. Does the taxidermy centaur have human teeth? Why are we talking about taxidermy centaurs? Guys, there's not a real taxidermy centaur, right? Somebody... No. There's no way. You're telling me that there's a taxidermist out there who took the bottom half of a horse and taxidermied the top half of a human onto it and made a centaur? You're lying. You're lying to me. You can fall off a zebra, though. But yeah, then that's a horse, yeah. But it's not a horse, it's a zebra. You're telling me? Are you just joking? What do you mean, the taxidermy centaur? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know, guys. I don't want to know any of this. What? I was just having a fun little yap about museums or something. I don't even know how we got on this topic. Oh, we were talking about teeth. That's why. Why is it whenever we talk about teeth, you guys get like crazy mode? What is it about teeth that sets you guys off like firecrackers? What is it about teeth that sets you off like a child that just got a whole bag of Skittles and ate them in 5 minutes? What? Why is teeth the thing that makes you guys go crazy, wazy, wonky, bonky? I don't get it. Would you taxidermy the top half of a horse for the centaur? No, you'd only taxidermy the bottom part, right? Wait, maybe we're onto something. Because it's one of the things we have as beings. Oh, that's true. You guys do have 2 teeth. You're hotties. You got 2 little teeths. We are normal. Teeth are a sensitive subject. Vylett. Hi, Jack. Welcome in. Hi. Wouldn't the top half be a reverse centaur? No, I'm saying no. Okay, so okay, wait. So you guys are saying we could taxidermy. We can't. So you're saying we can make centaurs real. You're saying, spoiler alert, centaurs are possible. If we get the bottom half of a horse, the top half of a human, and taxidermy those two together, then that's a centaur. Yes. But you're also saying we can do it the other way around. We can make a tar cent, where we take a human body and then take a horse neck and head and then taxidermy that onto the body. Is that what I'm hearing? Am I hearing you? Am I hearing you correctly? But it wouldn't be alive, but it would look alive. And that's the point of taxidermy. Is a reverse centaur called a tar cent? Also, I don't know. That's BoJack Horseman. I hate this. I hate this, guys. Why can't we be normal? We're talking about teeth, and now we're talking about creating... Make a tartar. What is a tartar? That's just a horse. We're getting another crash. I am about to crash out. I'm about to crash out and throw myself into that volcano behind me. Makes sense to me. It sure doesn't make any to me. Sure doesn't make any to me. Would love to get an explanation about what's going on here. Tartar Binks. Okay, well, that gets you timed out immediately for saying Tartar Binks. That gets you timed out immediately. Think about what you've done. Tartar Binks. It's a horse body on a horse body. Okay, but then that's just a horse. Hi, Captain PA. Hi, welcome in. Captain, please save us, please. We're talking about centaurs in real life. Like taxidermied centaurs. This stream brought to you by Shiograth. Yes. Shiograth brought this to us. I see now. I see now. The hotties are just little avatars of Shiograth this entire time. So what does Alduin have to do with all this? Well, he's got teeth. So that's kind of the running through line here. That's kind of the only thread we got that links everything we've been talking about so far. Hi, Peppermint! Welcome, Moon and Star. Hi! Welcome, Moon and Star. Welcome in. Hello. Captain sides with the people. Wait, what did Captain say? Did he say yes, it's possible? Oh, he says, it could be interesting. See, he just said interesting, guys. He doesn't agree with you. Can you stack the horse bodies and make a tar-tar-tar? I'm gonna start timing out. I'm gonna start timing out willy-nilly. I'm crashing out. I'm gonna start timing out willy-nilly. That's it. Get timed out. 1 minute. That's it. Get timed out. Everybody's saying fart fart binks. Oh, get timed out. 1 minute. Time out. I gotta type on Twitch for this one. Time out. Spinach. 60 seconds. Get timed out. Everybody gets timed out. I'm crashing out. That's almost agreement. No, it's not. You time us out, we win. How? How? How do you win? I'm erasing you from existence Kalpa style. I'm erasing you from existence Dwemer style. How do you... Tell me, how is that a win? Blue is just tartar sauce. All right, well, that's so crazy that you would say that, Riveting Discourse, as your first message in the chat for today. That's crazy. What happened? I blinked. Riveting is there, and now they're gone. You guys are making me crash out. No, we're not talking about glue today. It's the spirit. No, it's not the spirit of the thing. I have your spirits. They're all in the soul cairn. Why do you guys think you're immortal? I put all your souls in the soul cairn. Did you know there's a formal scientific paper about centaur anatomy? Oh, God. Oh, God. No, please don't show it to me. Please don't. Hi, MDK. Welcome in. Hi. Hey, you came in a really... I'm crashing out right now because the hotties are trying to convince me that centaurs... That we can make a centaur out of taxidermied parts. Welcome in. Anatomy. I'm not Googling that. I'm not Googling that. R.R. Binks. That's not even... That's not rage-inducing, Cabby. Tartar on fish is pretty good. Yeah, I like tartar sauce. I don't know why you guys are linking tartar sauce with centaurs. I'm kind of... Boss is tilted. Yeah, you guys better not say anything. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. Better not say anything. The purple glue is the good glue. Wrong! The only good glue is the stuff in the bottle! Get timed out. You guys did this to me. Points at myself. Look at me. Look at me. What is a VTuber but a miserable pile of chat messages? Look. Centaur sauce. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. Stop saying that. I'll time you out. This is your first... Stop it. Yeah, I'm zero-summing you guys right now. Every time I time you out for 1 minute, I'm touching my Kagrenak tools to the heart. Get behind me, Hotties. I'll tank the next ban. Why are you trying to get me angry, Hotties? It's Saturday. It's Saturday. It's supposed to be like a chill day where you don't have to work hard. All right, you know what? I'm zen. I'm zen. I'm so zen right now. I'm so zen. I'm so professional. I'm very professional. You guys are trying to break my stride, but it'll never happen. I am the supreme profesh, as they say. Con, thank you for the 5. Crash out, Vyel. Crash out. Crash out. Go, boss. Go. Well, now that you're encouraging me to do it, as a contrarian, I must simply refuse. And now I am perfectly zen again. Oh, no. Ah, the fickle tides of a VTuber. I'm perfectly zen now that you're trying to get me crash out. You just noticed the snow elf in the back. Hey, biggest? Nope, I'm zen. I'm zen. There's no way that the hotties think that the guy behind me is a snow elf, right? They're just trying to rage bait. There's no way that the iconic Dagother just got called a snow elf by some random in chat. I'm calm. I'm zen. I'm calm. I'm zen. Zenlet Zenheart. That's me. I am assuming the zen voice now, every hottie. We've gone far beyond. We've gone far beyond the line, and I'm pulling it back for us. That's a moon elf. Yes. Whatever you say. Whatever you say, hotties. Yes, that is a moon elf, actually. Yes, that is an Orsamar. Yes, anything you say is correct, hotties. I'm fine. The heart's definitely not getting to me. The heart is definitely not whispering evil thoughts into my head. Put them in water, put them in water, put them in water. Put them in water, put them in water, put all the hotties in water and watch them melt. Oh, I would never do that. I would never do that, Lorcan. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? Take all their souls out of the soul cairn. Crush them beneath your... No. Do that. I won't do that, Lorcan. You can't tempt me. I haven't snapped. No. What do you mean? Snapping? Me? Rio, thank you for imprisoning yourself into a baby gel pool. It is full of lava that burns you and kills you. Full of lava that burns you and kills you today. Congratulations. Open your mouth while you swim. Enjoy. He is definitely a shaved Khajiit behind me. Yes. Yes, that is a shaved Khajiit behind me. Wouldn't it be magma? No, it's called lava when it's out. And magma when it's in. We went over this already. Keishi, thank you so much for the gifted 5 subs. I really appreciate that. I'm not crashing out. Thank you so much. Thank you. Arigato gozaimasu, as they say. Lava made the snow elves blind. Yes, hotties, whatever you say. Is this what you want? You want a compliant VTuber that agrees with every single thing you say? Yes, of course. Yes. I'm nodding my head. You're so right, hotties. You're always so right and correct about everything that you say in this chat. How do you keep doing it? How do you keep doing it? It's simply inconceivable that you're right all of the time. They say that nobody can be right all of the time, but you're clearly flaunting those rules. My voice changed to ChatGPT. You don't like the ChatGPT voice? Why not? I think it's pretty good. It's enthusiastic and yet calm and smooth, as well as feminine. Isn't this what you want? This is what you want from the VTubers. You want the feminine, smooth, calm, feminine, smooth voice. Not the evil, fricked up little tomboy voice that I usually have. Not the evil little baby coughing, raw throat, cackling voice. Who would ever cackle as a VTuber? Disgusting. Why would we want to cackle? Who would ever choose the cackling, evil little tomboy gremlin voice when you can have a distinct, elegant, calm, feminine voice like this? This Vylett sounds like she showers daily. The way you type makes me think that you perhaps Eat shit daily. Yes, hopefully. I tried so hard. I don't think I could do it anymore. Weather lady voice. There's nothing like a JetBlue holiday. Isn't this what you want? Customer service. Mature woman. I'm a mature woman with customer service. I know how to make everybody happy. By talking like this. Corpo voice. Corpo voice. Corpo voice. Can you say welcome to Watch Mojo? And this is, I don't know who that is, Guardian. Welcome in. I will not say that. I will not say that. I'm not going to do any voice clips for anybody who's not directly sponsoring me with cash money, okay? And that's just my opinion. That's just my rules as a VTuber. Unless you're sponsoring me with cash money, I'm not going to say anything for you. I know you guys. You guys try to get people to say fricked up stuff all the time on the internet. I'm not doing it. I'm not falling for it. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the horsehead biddies. Those look horrible. Those look awful. Say so voice. Cash monies. Oh, it feels good to be back, guys. Oh, it feels good. Something took me over for a second there. I think I crashed out a little bit too hard. Whew. Vylett when she turns 23. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. What, you guys don't like this voice? What's wrong with this one, huh? What's wrong with this one, huh? You don't like it? It's not good enough, huh? You want the smooth weather lady back? I see. I see how it is. You guys like weatherlit smooth heart better than me, huh? Crashed so hard she factory reset. Yeah. Yeah. No, we're not talking about horses anymore. Stop talking about horses. Shut. We're not going back to horses. We're leaving the centaurs behind. This voice needs to touch more Brooklyn. What's Brooklyn? What's that? Brooklyn? Well, hey, I'm walking here. Is that Brooklyn? I don't know if that's... I don't know anything about New York. Sorry, New York. I'm walking here. Trees. Trees? Trees are pretty cool. Baby cough. I imagine you with a Tommy gun and a fedora with that voice. Yeah, that's my gangsta. That's my... I'm walking here, Shay. You do this to me on my daughter's wedding. You do this to me today. On the day of my daughter's wedding. I need more cotton balls in my mouth for that one, I think. Goomba! Wow! Thank you for the... Actually, let me thank you. Let me thank you. Let me switch it up. Goomba, thank you so much for the 10. Is this sort of sponsorship enough for you to admit museums are taxidermy factories? Absolutely not. Frick no. Thank you so much for the support. Man, that's a tough one. Bye, Pyro. We'll see you later. Bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you. Bye-bye. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Yeah, I'm gonna go touch the new medium. I'm gonna go touch the heart of the new medium with my Kagranax tools and erase all horses from existence. But I'm gonna do it as a horse, right? Because Kagranak, he touched the heart and then all the doors got erased because he's a dwarf. I'm gonna force a horse to put the Kagranak tools in their mouth and then touch the heart so that all horses get erased from existence forever. That way you guys can never talk about them again and you'll never remember them. Boss becomes Jack McGurn. Who is this? Why are you guys talking about old people? Who is Jack McGurn? Guys, every single actor you guys quote, I go look it up later when I'm rewatching the VOD, when I'm monitoring myself. I go look it up later and it's always someone old. It's always someone old. Do you guys just not know any actors, current actors? That's how Uma Musume happened. Oh. Well, maybe I shouldn't then. Hi, Belgrade, and welcome in. Hi. Hi. You just missed a crash out. I mean, what? I would never crash out. I have no idea who that is. Yeah, me neither. It's either somebody really obscure or somebody really old. I've learned with you guys, if you ever mention, like, somebody by name in chat, it's either somebody, like, enjoying their retirement or somebody who I've never in a million years heard of or ever would hear of. Thank you for the hype train, guys. I appreciate that. What the frick? Stop it. Stop it immediately. Centaurs become celebrities instead. Ooh. Ooh. Oh, no. Bruce Campbell. Dean Martin. No, he's dead, I think. Wait, is Dean Martin dead? Al Capone. Oh, he whacked people for Al Capone? Oh, that's where the she thing came from. Ah, I didn't know that. Okay. Interesting bit of history. Adam Sandler. I hate to break it to you guys, but Adam Sandler should be enjoying his retirement. And the fact that he isn't... Is he still doing movies? I hope he's not. He needs to go to sleep. Not forever. Just like, he needs to take naps, you know? He's done his bit, okay? He made Click. He made other hits such as 50 First Dates. He's earned his nap time, you know? We need a wiki to give citations for all the Hotties references. True. He did Happy Gilmore too. No way. What is... I've never seen the original Happy Gilmore. The Water Boy? What's that? Violet, are you alright? Do you need someone normal to ask questions? I mean, if you guys want to start asking normal questions, I will love that. But here at the Vylett Moonheart channel, Vylett Moonheart, the absurdity is the point. He made some good ones, but he needs to... I think he just needs to take a nap, you know, and think about what he's going to do with his future. I missed a lot. Yeah, I must have missed a lot of good movies. The movie about him being a jeweler. Oh, he was a jeweler, Peppermint? What? In what? What is that called? He retired to doing 2-hour-long commercials. I mean, hey, it's a living. Yeah, I've never seen Waterboy. Uncut Gems? Never seen that. Oh, is it... Oh, because it's an Adam Sandler movie, so does the Uncut Gems refer to bars? Is that what he's saying? Is that like the wink, wink, wink? He's talking about bars? Oh, I see. That figures. That makes sense from a guy like Adam Sandler. It's actually good. Oh, it's actually... Oh, really? Oh, it's not a comedy. It was actually a serious movie. Well, that title makes me think it's not. Interesting. Huh. He did really good. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's a great actor. I just usually see him in, like, comedies, you know? Happy Gilmore. I haven't seen it. Do we need to do an Adam Sandler marathon? We could do an Adam Sandler marathon, Hotties. We could do an Adam Sandler, like, 12-hour Adam Sandler special. See, well, I'll maybe tweet him and see if he can come on the stream for a couple minutes afterwards. See if he'll do an appearance fee for free. Interesting. Okay. Please no. Well, you guys are talking about him so much and all his good movies. I think we should. No, that's... Yeah, this is definitely something I'm planning for real, and definitely not just a punishment for making me crash out. For making me crash out a couple minutes ago. Reign Over Me, The Wedding Singer. I haven't seen any of these. Huh. I guess I've only seen 2 Adam Sandler movies. 8 Crazy Nights? What is that? Adam Sadler, the horse version. No, guys, no. We can't bring it back to horses. Please. Please. No more horse. I'm dying here. You're killing me, Smalls. Make it 24 hours. No, I won't. I will never do a 24-hour stream. I will always break it up. I don't think I could do 24 straight hours. I think I would unironically perish. Chat is a horse girl. I think you're right about that, friend. I think I've seen the Hotties do the little horses in their book and name them things like Twilight Sparkle and Rainbow Shy and stuff like that. I've seen your guys' doodles. I only know of the strange stepping meme from 8 Crazy Nights. You know, Adam Sandler is a fashion icon, because, like, didn't Billie Eilish also, like, start adapting... Didn't Billie Eilish basically popularize the Adam Sandler fashion style? Which I think it's just, like, sandals, socks, board shorts, maybe jorts sometimes, and, like, a long t-shirt, yeah? The comfy dad look. MDK, thank you for the 11. Wow. Wait a minute. If Boss taps into the heart to erase the horses from existence, does that mean we'll someday find a last surviving horse with mechanized spider legs, thus creating real driders? Whoa. Wait a minute. Am I the one who creates driders from D&D? Holy moly, MDK. That's a good question. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate you. That would be terrifying. A drider with mechanized legs? Ooh. Scary. It would only be the second time I've seen an Adam Sandler marathon with a VTuber. Aw, man, somebody already thought of the Adam Sandler marathon? No way. No way. Isn't Billie Eilish basically Adam Sandler? I never said that. I never said that. I just said that she popularized his fashion style, right? When you have enough money, you don't give a frick about how you look. That is true. That is true. Actually, you know what? When people have enough money, sometimes they really do care. It depends. I feel like some people really... The only thing I care about when I go out is that I'm clean, that my clothes are clean, and that my hands are clean, and that my hair is clean, and my face is clean. Everything else is like, I'm like, whatever. Like, I just try to look, when I go out in public, I try to make sure that I look clean. Not necessarily put together, just like, you know, decent, not stanky. I don't have money and I don't care. You know, Spinach, that's real. That's 2026. She didn't mention her teeth. Hey, I have a toothbrush now, okay? I've got a toothbrush. I don't need your 58 pack of suggested toothbrushes, you little weirdos. I don't need that. I have one. That's all I need. Tomboy Core. Is that Tomboy Core? Who is Billie Eilish by the Tribunal? Oh, like in the Tribunal? Which one of them is Billie Eilish? Let's see. There's Almalexia, Sothasil, and Vivek. Billie Eilish gives me like Vivek vibes, and I'm not sure why. I'm not sure why, but she's giving me Vivek vibes pretty hard. I think that like... Who is another singer? Sabrina Carpenter's giving me Almalexia vibes, and then Sothasil... Ooh. Who's giving me Sothasil vibes? Who's giving me... Maybe like Pink Pantheress, if we're going by like modern female singers. Actually, Fiona Apple gives me extremely Sothasil vibes. I don't know why. I'm getting... For some reason, Fiona Apple's not modern, but like Fiona Apple is getting beamed into my head as Sothasil? Which is weird. David Bowie. No, David Bowie would definitely 100% be Vivek. Like, I think the closest mortals have ever come to replicating Vivek is David Bowie. I'm almost positive. They watched Chandler's Grown Ups 52 times in a row. That's awesome. I would love to do something like that, actually. I kind of want to buy a big purple hat and a what suit, Bone Greeter? Yeah, go for it. If that's what you want your fashion to be, go for it. Bjork is basically Sothasil. Yeah. Yeah, I think if we're going like old school musicians, I think Bjork is Sothasil, David Bowie is Vivek, and then somebody's got to be Almalexia. Madonna, probably. Madonna, I would say. Out of everyone, I think Madonna is very Almalexia coded. Polygon, boo polygons notwithstanding. What a brave and correct thing to say. Thank you. No, not Morgan Freeman. The real question is, who does Jack Black play? Ooh, Jack Black obviously plays the guy on the ship that you meet for like the first second that eventually becomes Saint Giube, that guy. Hi, Ghost, welcome in. Actually, how are you? David Bowie is the goat like Sotha. No, David Bowie is 100% Vivek. Are you insane? Check your minds. Go into your mind palace. Make sure you're not insane. David Bowie is obviously the most Vivek-coded guy ever. Ever. Jack Black as Yagram Bargran. Yes, as the last dwarf. That would be perfect. Jack Black plays Fargoth. Jack Black as Sheograth. Okay, so why don't we just do Jack Black as everybody else and then the Tribunal as David Bowie, Madonna, and Bjork? I think that about sums it up, right? Like I think that's it. I think we did it. Who is David Bowie? Vivek. He's the Goblin King. Well, he's also Vivek. He was the Goblin King when he was walking the wheel, but now he's back. William Dafoe is Dagoth. Yeah, like William Dafoe is Dagoth. I think we've like made the perfect cast for the Morrowind movie if anybody's interested. Yeah, like Danny DeVito is like, who should Danny DeVito be? Danny DeVito as like every merchant, maybe. Yeah, William Dagoth would go extremely crazy, correct. Hi, Quay, welcome in. You got a gift sub. Thank you for coming by and saying thank you. I really appreciate that. We're just talking about who would play Dagoth in the Morrowind movie, and we've all unanimously, crazily somehow, agreed on William Dafoe. Danny is a random slode. Oh yeah, Danny DeVito is obviously the Yagran Bargren. I think Jack Black just has to be like all of the humans in all of the humans in all of the houses and towns and stuff. Danny is the Nerevarine. No, I think the Nerevarine has to be somebody who's a little bit and play it like a little bit serious. I think the Nerevarine now.